Yeah, there isn't. Yeah, of course, because it's a debate, Roger. That's why there's no link.
Yeah, the link's in the element,
You
man.
go to Element, links in Element, bro.
I don't want to stick it up here for everyone. Otherwise, we're just going to get a whole bunch of people trying to get in.
Go to my room in Element.
No, you won't. No, you won't. No one wants to debate you, moron. You don't know how to debate.
It's there if you want, Roger. It's in another few rooms as well. My one.
It's live, Mindset. Good to see you. Because your problem.
I mean, he thinks that everybody's just beating down his door to fucking debate him. Everybody's like fighting each other to try and debate him. What a dumb fuck.
Probably do a after show if it doesn't go on too long.
Of course.
Yeah. So if you guys missed it, do go watch the premiere I just had on as well with Will Duffy and his so-called unedited 24-hour Sun video.
Right, it wasn't edited.
I know.
See, Flatsoid doesn't understand how lens flares work. He thinks because you have a lens flare that looks a certain way, if you take another picture later and the lens flare looks exactly the same because it's created in the fucking lens, then it must be edited.
Yeah.
What a fucking moron.
And by the way, there was only one inconsistency. There was more that I saw that I just decided I'm not going to stick it in. Even where the light reaches behind the light bulb, it doesn't light up.
Wow.
And I show that frame by frame. I showed more. Well, I didn't show it in the video, but I looked through quite a lot.
Oh, you showed, but you didn't show in the video, right? What a fucking loser.
Where did I stick it in? Open. I think. Even the sun size changes.
No, it doesn't.
Let me quickly share the show. Share the screen. Guys, please hit the likes. Share the show. Let everybody know we are live. Check it out.
I.
I've got it. So it even goes there, and you can see as it's going, it's wrapping around. See, it goes there. It doesn't even light. 27 seconds. The sun is directly behind the light bulb.
So you think the light bulb should be lit up in the daytime? So what's your point? It isn't lit. No, the sun behind a light bulb won't light up a light bulb, stupid. The fuck is this guy talking about?
And it's exactly the same. Check there. There's no light difference.
No.
Right, because the light bulb isn't on, dumb fuck. It's daytime.
Right.
It could be one of those light bulbs that they keep on 24/7. But no, what the fuck are you talking about? See, he's desperate. He's so fucking desperate. Hey, George. He's so fucking desperate to find fault in others when actually he's about the only person who is at fault. He's so fucking sad. So desperate.
Just to make sure,
see, he's such a pathological fucking liar, and he feels so badly about him being such a piece of shit, right? He has such self-loathing that he needs other people to be as dishonest as he is, even though they aren't.
I put it again, and I just changed the hue saturations. And to show you, see, this 27 seconds, that's where the sun is directly behind the light bulb.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Why is it not lighting up?
Because that's not how fucking light bulbs work, dipshit.
Mindset said instead of the final experiment, wouldn't it be proven just by circumnavigating heading south?
Yeah, it has, cunt. It has, Vicky, you fucking dumb cunt. It has. There's been several circumnavigations north to south. But you dumb fucks deny everything. Reject it. It proves me wrong. I don't like it. Fuck off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Circumnavigation just north to south, which they've claimed to have done many times, but as
that they have done many times, but you deny it because you're an asshole.
As soon as you see their route, when they get to the south, they take a hard left.
Hard left or hard right.
which follows the the flat Earth model, by the way.
No, it doesn't, because there is no flat Earth model, because you can't model something that doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
We'll
To a
just
T.
don't see it.
Listen to this lying shit stain.
Roger, I'll send it to you in Messenger then.
Such a lying
Go
fuck.
to if are you a member of my channel? It's in my channel, YouTube. No PJ's YouTube and Rumble links. If you go, you're in.
Oh, and PJ, remember when he said he had this video that he's gonna come out with? Oh, it's gonna blow everything wide open. How come that was taken down? How come you took that down, PJ? Was it that fucking embarrassing to you?
There, aren't you? Let me just see. If I go Roger, R-O-G. Don't tell me you're not in my room, Roger. It doesn't look like you are. Are you called Roger in Element? Right, I'll send it to you in Messenger, dude. Wow, dude.
Okay, I've emailed.
Well, I didn't like the filament winder that I was making. Didn't like the way it was built, so I'm starting on a new one.
Gibbon again. We'll see when he gets up. What's up, Brian? Stable in the house. Haven't seen you in a long time, man. You're doing well.
Nice, right?
Yeah, we're still waiting for Gibbon to show up.
Brian Stavely is a insane piece of shit. Brian Stavely thinks that there is some entity, some kind of people, some thing that goes back in time and retroactively changes the past because he has a shitty memory.
Otherwise, if he doesn't show up, we'll just do Danny Faulkner.
I need to turn the lights on
Because I was actually
the
going to do that video
thingamabob.
tonight if we weren't going to debate them. So we'll give the guy another 10 minutes. If he doesn't show up, we'll do Danny Faulkner.
That's
Guys,
better.
how's that sound?
Cool. Sounds good to me.
We can't wait forever for someone.
Nah. Of course. Right, let me see if Messenger's open so I can send. Oh, come on.
Shot. Yeah, I was watching the reviews on Ballbusters of the debate between myself and Duffy.
Aye.
And QE was getting so triggered with Duffy's idiocy.
And QE proved that he's as dumb as fuck as Flatzoid is. See if I can find that real quick. Hold on a second. Actually, we can let it go for
I
now.
was laughing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, one thing that's what I asked Duffy though when we were debating was, why is it that you know the sun thing is a false dichotomy, yet you want to push it, but you don't?
It's not a false dichotomy. The sun either sets, the sun either is up for 24 hours or it's not. There's no false dichotomy.
Want to then send someone to go look for this dome you claim doesn't exist? Don't you think it would be much more adventurous to say, go search for a dome and see if you can actually show Antarctica to be an actual continent?
It has been shown to be an actual continent, you fucking retard.
On the
So this is hilarious.
moment you missaid that relationship, yeah, that's all of us now, because that's what flat earthers do.
Let's see what happens. Let's see if he stumps him.
3,500.
Oh, he's right on it. 3,500. Correct.
3,500. He's right on it. That's QE. If you aren't familiar with QE, this is the only person who's more dishonest and dumber than Flatzoid. So yeah, the question was, how many meters are in 35 kilometers? Now listen real close. You're gonna hear Alan, or not Alan Nordstrom. What the fuck is his name? I can't remember. You're gonna hear one of his little minions correct him.
3,500.
Oh, he's right on it. 3,500. Correct. So there you go.
85,000.
Jerry, hear him? It's Alan Macomb. Said 35,000. He tried to whisper it to QE.
Not 35,000.
All right.
35,000.
JSS Tiger says, if observation.
On the moment you missaid that relationship. Yeah, that's all of us now, because that's what flat earthers do.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see if he stumps him.
3,500.
Oh, he's right on it. 3,500. Correct.
He's right on it. He's right on it, isn't he? You fucking dumb motherfucker. Let's see, what's the second clip?
On the moment you missaid that relationship. Yeah, that's all of us now.
Oh, it's the same clip. Must have clipped it twice. But yeah, that's how fucking dumb these people are.
Have you realized no one has actually shown Antarctica to be a continent?
No, they haven't.
That's quite weird.
Yeah, they have. Here, aerial photographs of Antarctica as a continent. Here you go. That's from space. Does that look like a fucking ring to you, dipshit? These are aerial photographs. So there's a radar sat map of Antarctica. But yeah, we have there is proof that Antarctica is a continent. Jesus fucking Christ.
Why does it let me sign in a messenger?
Danny Faulkner won't debate me. He's too scared.
Oh, it's down. It's down. Facebook's down. That's why I'm thinking it's the wrong.
Flatzoid, no one is scared of you, man. Nobody. Nobody on this fucking earth is scared of you.
Email address I'm putting in, but it's not. It's because it's down in a minute. For me, okay.
Yeah, Danny
Roger,
Faulkner
let me
won't.
invite you to my room. Is your name Roger? In
I mean, it'd be like saying, nobody will eat my Brussels sprouts ice cream with horseradish, so everybody must be scared of me. That's what you're saying, Flatside. You don't offer anything. People are repulsed by you. You're a liar. You're a pathological fuck who can't stop lying. You deny every bit of evidence presented to you. You don't present any evidence of your own, and you lie about everybody. Nobody wants to debate you. It's not that they're afraid of you. It's that you're useless. You're a waste of their fucking time.
yeah.
Roger, I can send it to you on Discord. How's that? I'll just send it to Discord.
Discord. Discord's a good idea. Send it to you on Discord. But I'm going to see if I can invite you to this room.
Roger. There we go. It's sent it to you in Discord, man.
Invite you to this room.
Hey guys, please hit the likes, share the show.
Yeah, right. Brian just said, yeah, Facebook is down. So, yeah, I don't use it that much. So I was thinking when the writing came up in red, it was me putting in the wrong email password and that, but no.
But yeah, think about it. If they can go and say, okay, let's Awesome, what's up, man? Yeah, QNV makes a video about me every day. I run around the guy's head. Hey, Gibbons in the house. Okay, awesome.
Hello.
Hey, Gibbon, what's up?
What's up?
Q and FEE is a funny fuck because he's a flat earther, but he thinks all other flat earthers are stupid because they don't believe in the same flat earth bullshit that he does.
Good, and yourself?
Yeah. You're kind of mean to me in the YouTube comment section, but in the email thread you're much nicer.
Comment section?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everybody else is probably just going to keep quiet and let us have our conversation.
Absolutely.
We weren't sure if you're going to show up or not.
Yeah.
Do you have a specific way of topic you want to talk about?
Just the shape of the Earth.
Awesome. Okay. So yeah, guys.
Oh, and Flatzoid put out a premiere. He premiered a video earlier, and we'll get to that at some point.
Go on mute.
As usual, you guys go on mute, and then Shot, thanks for coming, guys. And then we'll have an after show, and you guys can give all your commentary and then all that. Well, guys, thanks for coming. Please hit the likes, share.
So you guys need to learn how to read and write, and then take notes.
The show, appreciate you. Thank you, Gibbon, for coming. I appreciate you coming.
Yeah,
and
sure.
yeah, you can get this party started.
All right. So am I first, or how's this work?
You can do what you want. It's open, so you can just
Okay.
do what you want. You can.
So I'm going to assume everybody else that's on the stage here is not a globe earther.
No.
Okay. Well, I think one of the
No, everyone's blocked who is a globe earther on his channel, so they wouldn't be in there. No.
easiest ways to prove that the Earth is a sphere is day and night and seasons. It's explained perfectly in a globe model, but I haven't seen flat earthers explain it on a flat disk. So I would just like to ask you to. I assume you're a flat earther, right? I mean.
Yeah, I mean, if seasons worked on a flat Earth, then it would be winter in the morning, it'd be summer in the daytime at noon, and it would be winter again at night. That's the sense that flat Earth makes, because there's no reason why it should be winter when the sun is at 2 degrees off.
Flatzoid.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
But of course, on the heliocentric model, in the heliocentric world, in reality, the sun is hitting the Earth at a acute angle, which means you have more of the sun's energy spread out over an area. It's diluted. Yeah, it's diluted. You don't get, see, when you have a sun that's like this big and it's putting out so much energy on a flat surface perpendicular to it, you've got this amount of energy that's on this area. But if you rotate it, that's spread out this much. I can demonstrate it here. See, when you've got actually do a segment. You've got an area of the Earth, and you have the sun coming in. Try and make these as perpendicular as I can. So you have, bring this in here. These two lines are different lengths. This is shorter, this is longer. You have the same amount of light coming in, therefore it's spread out over a longer distance. You have less light per square inch hitting this one. It has to be spread out to cover it.
So what is your explanation for day and night and seasons on a flat disk?
Well, the explanation is...
And on a flat Earth, let's delete all these. On flat Earth, you have a sun that's up here somewhere. And it doesn't matter where the fuck this thing goes. God damn it, you can't drag this thing. It'll never go below the horizon, Flatzoid. It'll never be out of anyone's view. See, there's no reason why anyone should not see this thing in the sky no matter where it is. On a flat Earth. Now, on a spherical Earth, you got the sun here. Well, if you're standing here, you can't see the goddamn sun because it's behind the fucking horizon. See how this thing's hiding it from you? And it goes around. There he goes. There's sunset. Now I'm moving the sun because it'd be kind of, well, no, I could do that. Hold on. Let's delete that. Let's select that, and that. Can I rotate? I don't know if I can rotate it. How do you rotate shit in this stupid fucking program? See, I can't rotate this thing. Move. Yeah, it won't let me move it. It's not letting me move it. So I'll just move this thing. So as the Earth turns, the sun appears to be rotating around it. And see, you get here. Now there's sunset. This would be noon. There's sunset. It went below the horizon. I mean, it's simple shit, man. Why the fuck can't you understand it?
Is the sun is closer in the summertime and further away in the wintertime.
Really? So is it closer in the wintertime? How closer is it? How much closer is it, Flatzoid? How much closer? Because from the top, here's the equator. There's the Tropic of Cancer. Here's the Tropic of Capricorn. Oops. And let's so if damn. So if we've got the flat Earth here, right? This is a side view. And you got the sun here. Right? The sun's here. Let's place 3 suns. And you got a segment, and you're here. Let's say you're here, right? We do a distance measurement. Where's my measure? Distance. So we got the distance between that and that is 89. Distance between that and that is 94. Distance between that and that is 102. So you have you've got a difference in distance between 89 and 102 and 94. So what would make it get icy cold in the winter at 89 or 90, and then 102, three later, 3 distances later or further, and well, that would be ice. That would be winter time. and then this would be summertime. So that little distance, well, if you're here, right? If you're here, well, the difference between this point, when the sun's like really close to you, and this point, which is at nighttime, that would be winter time, right? That'd be winter. So it would have to be winter time at nighttime. It'd have to snow at night during the summertime on a flat Earth. Of course, they've never done any math to acknowledge the fact that they're right, to prove that they're right. They've never done any math saying that because of that slight change in distance of the sun, it should change a season. Of course, they can't explain sunsets other than, it's perspective. Of course, they've never done the math to determine whether it's perspective or not, whether the sun should decrease in angular size or not, right?
And it just takes a circuit around the flat Earth. That's basically it.
So it's like a circular path that it follows, but it moves further in and out throughout the year?
Yeah.
And they still haven't explained how the sun can change in its trajectory. See, going straight, the sun wants to go straight, right? The sun wants to go straight, but yet it's moving around. It's moving around. So how does it change its trajectory from a straight trajectory to a curved trajectory, a constant curved trajectory? And not only that, how does it change its position going? How does it change its second trajectory going left to right? How does it do that, Flatzoid? No flat earther's ever been able to explain that.
Right. So like it's summer with me at the moment. It's closer down to me, and then it circles almost like an ellipsoid where it goes up in the north and down in the south. And then when it, almost like your wobble would be on your globe Earth, but just.
Okay, so a side view of the sun would be, let's see, you've got the flat Earth here, and then the path of the sun in a side view would be like this. Not like this. So it doesn't circle parallel to the Earth overhead. Is that what you're saying?
Just where it's flat, it's not following a wobble of the globe.
Okay. Well, my counter argument to that is, okay, you would imagine that when it's closer to the, I assume you believe in the ice wall, right? Or that the Antarctica is just an ice wall surrounding the edge. Yeah. So.
And they hadn't proven it yet. He hasn't proven it, but he wants everybody else to prove shit to him, right?
When it's closer to there, it's going to have to traverse a much longer path because it's at a further distance away from the center of the Earth. And yet the sun travels at the same rate through the sky throughout the entire year.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, the difference is with us, we don't make a claim where the sun actually is.
Right, then you don't have an argument. You might as well not be in the debate. If you don't make a claim as to where the sun is, you don't have a model. What does your Hebrew cosmology say where the sun is? What does your Hebrew cosmology say?
Or what it is?
So no, you saying we don't make a claim doesn't excuse you from debate, dipshit. Just because you don't make a claim, that's your problem.
I don't believe that.
You have to back up what you say. See, saying the Earth is flat is making a claim, Flatzoid. Just the mere fact that you say the Earth is flat is making a claim. So you have to back that claim up. Or didn't you understand how debates work?
There is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica, though. I do think there is sunlight in Antarctica. That's why I put the difference between sunlight and and daylight.
So what is the difference, Flatzoid? What is the difference?
And I personally can attribute it to just reflections off the dome.
So prove your dome. Prove the dome. Yet still haven't proven that there's a dome, Flatzoid.
So when this, like, I mean, I know you have called this, like, what was it called? The final experiment or something like that? I know you've called it not an experiment. And I don't know if the guy who named it that literally meant it in like a scientific sense. But like, what will your reaction be when they go down there and finds that there is a 24-hour sun in Antarctica?
It won't matter at all to Flatzoid because he's not in search of truth. He is in search to, he wants to affirm what his Bible says, what his Hebrew cosmology says. See, he doesn't care. It doesn't matter what facts show. It doesn't matter what evidence shows. It's what he thinks the Bible says.
I don't know if you actually watched my debate with Will Duffy.
I watched the first 30 minutes, but I got the general gist of what was kind of going down.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. Yeah, no, he actually is calling it an experiment because he does think it's scientific. He actually...
It is. Yes, the shape of the Earth is scientific.
Does think this. And then, yeah, it's just a false dichotomy. It's not going to change anything. And it's the same thing.
See, that's not a false dichotomy, dumb fuck. You don't know what a false dichotomy is. You don't know what a false dichotomy is. It's obvious.
I was trying to explain to him that I don't believe there's a 24-hour sun, but even if there is shown a 24-hour sun, it won't disprove anything. The only thing it can disprove is the globe model, because the globe model dictates that the sun has to be there 24 hours.
So then, nuh-uh. And the flat Earth model dictates that there can never be a 24-hour sun. That's what the flat Earth model dictates. But you don't care because you're not in search of truth.
On the flat, it doesn't dictate anything. So it can be there.
Really? So it won't dictate anything, won't prove anything, right? So all this talk, all this time, that when you're standing on the flat Earth, this is the ice wall. This is the ice wall, right? And here you have, here you have the path of the sun in its southernmost point, right? It's a southernmost travel. So you're saying that a person standing here, they'll be about there, who will be able to see the sun out here, doesn't disprove the flat Earth. How does the sun get out to here so that they can see it facing south, Flatzoid? How does that work? How does that fucking work? How does that not prove that the Earth is not flat?
Or it can't be. That's not going to change reality of a flat Earth.
Well,
there is no reality of a flat Earth.
My thing is that, okay, since you...
And Flatzoid knows that the final experiment will prove that there's not a flat Earth. Therefore, it's damage control. All this shit is damage control for these people.
You claim that Antarctica is just an ice wall around the edge of the Earth. How could it be that it's illuminated for 24-hour days, for 24 hours a day, at several, for several months throughout the year, and yet the rest of the globe is experiencing relatively normal amounts of daylight, like they get day and night still? How could it be that the entire ice wall is illuminated with sunlight, and yet it's somehow magically just not illuminating any of the inner areas of the...
Good point. See, when the sun is here, right, on flat Earth, but everyone around this ice wall can see it, can see the sun, right? Everyone encompassing the flat Earth can look up and see it, right? This person can look up and see it here. This person here can look up and see it there. But yet the people at A are experiencing a 24-hour darkness. So how can these people see it? And these people can see it, but these people can't. These people, it's just somehow the light skips over these people so that these people can see it. See, it's a direct line of sight, Flatzoid. It's a direct line of sight on your flat Earth to the sun here. But yet, these people don't have a direct line of sight. How does that work, Flatzoid? How does that work? Hey, Mike, how you doing, buddy?
Earth.
Remember when I said in the summertime? Remember, I'm in the south. So in the summertime, the sun is what we would say closer to us. So that's why it's able to light the south up constantly with daylight, because the sun is closer. And if you understand,
but yet again, these people can't see it. See, everyone on this line can see it, Flatzoid. Everyone on this line can see it. But yet these people can't. Which would also prove that sunsets don't work on a flat Earth, because the sun could never set. On a flat Earth, if you saw a 24-hour sun, that means the sun cannot set for anyone.
When it comes to colors and light, white actually reflects light very well. And because Antarctica is practically just snow and ice, it reflects the light really well, and that's why it's lit up.
So you're saying
really?
Light, let's say the sun is on one side of the Earth or something like that, on a flat disk. So it's illuminating some of the snow and ice in Antarctica on this one side, and it's somehow being reflected all the way around the rim of the Earth.
And because
not into the center of the Earth?
Because of internal reflection.
So it's
because of internal reflection. You don't know how reflections work, man.
Like a slope. It's like
slopes
inwards to the center of the Earth.
Have you ever, for instance, taken a wine glass before and just stuck a light on the edge of it, and you see the?
So in order to have an internal reflection, it would have to be in a line of sight. So
light travel right through the wine glass brim. It lights up the whole brim of the wine glass. Have you ever tried that before?
No, but I know that, a wine glass does have some like weird reflection things. Yeah. But
so how can they see a sun that isn't a coffee cup caustic when you say it is a coffee cup caustic? See, you never see a coffee cup caustic reflected off the dome, and that caustic would be shown on the ground. So we'd have funky shadows, funky light hitting the ground.
That's the idea.
Yeah, but I imagine the light is still going to be passing through the center of the wine glass, the space in the middle of the wine glass. So it's not really. It would, like, if that was what was happening, we would get light in the center of the Earth at all times, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, this is why I say the difference is between daylight and sunlight. Do you know the difference between the two?
I'm not sure there is a difference.
No, there's definitely a difference.
What is it?
Daylight is not direct light shown with the sun in view.
What is daylight?
Here's the definition of daylight. The natural light of the day.
Sky. Natural light of the day. The first appearance of light in the morning, dawn. So that would be what is sunlight? Sunlight is the general term for the electromagnetic radiation that the sun emits, which includes visible, ultraviolet, and infrared. It's also known as solar radiation of the solar resource. Sunlight is a major source of energy for the Earth. It can be captured and converted into electricity, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, any light you see in the sky, that's sunlight. Dipshit.
Let's, for instance, take you're in your house and the sun is set, and you still see the sunlight going in through your window.
Right. Yes, that's sunlight and that's daylight.
Right.
That's just normal daylight. Sunlight is direct light from the sun.
So daylight would just be light that's like somehow reached you because of refraction and reflection, stuff like that.
Reflections, yeah.
I don't think the medium by which it reaches you changes what it is. It's still daylight. It's still reaching you. If somebody shines a flashlight on a mirror, let's say this is a kind of a dumb example, but let's say there's a room with a curved floor or something like that, a sloped floor, and somebody's standing on one side of the slope and someone's standing on the other side, and there's a mirror at the center of the room on the top. If somebody shines a flashlight at that mirror and the light reaches you, is that light suddenly not from the flashlight? Is it a different form of light? No, it just took a specific path that gets you. So I'm not really sure why there's a distinction being made here. There really is no difference.
There is
Because he's a dishonest fuck and he makes excuses.
a difference, because you guys are claiming that in Antarctica you're going to see the actual sun for 24 hours.
Yes, they will.
So you're not going to see the actual sun, but you'll see it still lit up. No one's fighting that there is not a 24-hour midnight light in Antarctica. It's just not the sun as itself. You won't see it above the horizon, as they put it.
So,
but when they do, you deny it.
Well, you're not going to see it above the horizon when we go down there.
That's what I believe, yes, because everything I've seen so far has been edited.
Everything.
I just literally put a premiere up just before the stream where Will Duffy said he's going to send me an unedited video. And lo and behold, it was edited.
Lo and behold, you lied and said it's edited because you can't handle reality.
So you think everybody who has ever recorded the 24-hour sun has edited the video because they're in on some giant conspiracy, or they're lying?
All the videos I've seen so far have been faked, yes.
No, they haven't. You say they're fake because you're a pussy. Because you're a lying shit stain.
Like probably thousands of videos. You realize how hard it is to argue that thousands of people are just lying about the shape of the earth? Or just lying about
saying the videos I've
authenticity of
seen.
the footage?
The videos I've seen have been faked.
And that would be you saying that everyone's a liar because they're faking things intentionally.
And I have yet to find someone showing me a video that has not been faked yet.
Do you have like one video on hand that's been faked? Like one video?
Yeah, the latest one Will Duffy sent me that claimed was not edited.
What part of it was faked? I think I remember
Let me
hearing
show you.
something about 11 frames or something like that.
Yeah, that video was faked. Yeah. Yes. Flatsoid removed 11 frames from a video and he's whining about honest people.
No, that's another video that people are trying to say I was dishonest because I took their Earth curve away.
The Earth curve that was on 11 frames that you took away. Yes, you deleted 11 frames to try and make the Earth look flat.
But instead, I wasn't taking Earth curve away. It was me taking
there's
a
not
mirage
thousands. I
away.
imagine there is. There's been thousands of people that have visited Antarctica, so I imagine there's thousands of people who would take interest in the fact that there's a 24-hour sun there recorded. I'm responding to the chatters, by the way.
No stress, man. Let me see if I can forget that.
Just such a pathetic fucking liar. Hey, Steven. Hey, Pentalica.
Piece of the video
There's
up. I
not
want to
thousands.
show you.
Just look it up on YouTube. You'll find tons and tons of videos of it. Tons and tons of time lapses.
I
Guaranteed.
don't know if it's
What is his name? Gibbon Basher? What the hell? Gibbon Basher. Gibbons are nice. Channel. I don't see I don't know. Does he have a link to his website? No. Nope.
Thousands there.
All right,
Okay,
let
I'm
me
going to
stick
start
with
it here. I'm going to start here. This is literally my premiere that was now like an hour ago.
All right, this isn't fake, Flatzoid. This is a 24-hour time lapse of Antarctica, dipshit.
This is supposed to be the unedited video. This is the unedited video, okay? Now, this was sent personally to me by Will Duffy. This video. All I did was now just put the music and I put purple and then.
We see shadows in the night.
There we can turn off the music. Kind of loud. I don't know the.
No science in the final game. Desperate heart.
But anyway, all I did is I showed the full video,
Why don't you turn the fucking volume down so you can talk, asshole?
which is 1 minute and 28 seconds long, and then I show where it's edited. You're gonna see that. Okay, here's
Dichotomies fall apart. We read the script from the start. Shadow puppets on the wall.
As you can see, there's exactly the same sun flares. The one on the top has.
No, those aren't sun flares. Those are lens flares, dipshit. It's created in the camera, in the lens.
Clouds where the bottom one doesn't have clouds, so you can't claim it's the same time. And then the timing of the movement also pitches in, and they have exactly the same timing of that wind thing. And the lens flares are exactly the same in the sun.
No, that's not the exact same timing, dude. Look at that. This is at a different position than this is. See, you can see it, Flatzoid. You're lying. See how these are different? See, you lined these up perfectly, right? But yet, this is in a different position than this is. Right? They're at different angles. So how can you say it's repeated?
Have exactly the same timing of that.
I mean, look at that. Look at that. It's not the same timing. Then you got an arrow pointing to it.
Wind thing, and the lens flares are exactly the same in the sun. And when it even goes behind this light, the light bulb doesn't even light up.
Why would the light bulb light up if the sun's behind it? It's glass, Flatzoid. It's transparent. It lets the light through. See, I don't even think you don't understand how light bulbs work.
Okay, that little like wind thing, like I'd notice it was at different positions at the exact.
Yeah, until the sun got to it. That's my point. When I
No. So the wind is moving in the same direction at one point. Okay.
put the arrow there, that's when it started being at the same position.
But it didn't start. But it didn't remain at the same position. It was just a coincidence, Flatzoid.
The sky looks a little bit different in the other clip, and
yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, but the sun's exactly the same. But that's what's faked. Sun's exactly the same.
No, the sun isn't exactly the same.
I'm pretty sure the reason that you see the same spokes is because of the camera lens. I think that's why you get those spokes.
Remember?
Yep, exactly.
It's 24 hours later.
It's called lens flare, not fucking solar flare, you stupid fuck.
And it's exactly the same lens flare.
Right.
Right, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because the lens doesn't fucking change. The lens is the same lens as throughout the entire thing, dumb shit. The fuck are you talking about?
It's called lens flare because it's because of the lens.
And
it's
you
the
don't
lens
have
that's creating the flare.
You don't get exactly the same lens flares. It's impossible.
Yeah, you do. You most fucking certainly do.
Possible.
No, it's not impossible, you fucking illiterate dipshit.
Over the course of 24 hours with a camera that's in the same spot and isn't messed with in any way, you're not going to get the same lens flare.
Yeah, because the lens flare, the lens changes somehow.
No, because remember you even said that the light has changed. So that
right, the light in the atmosphere is changed, but not in the lens. Hey, dumb fuck, look, it's Sleeping Warrior, the dumbest fuck on the planet, outside of Flatzoid.
the lens flare will not be. the same because there's different exposure.
The sun is still it's still pretty much the same brightness. It's going to have the same kind of flares.
The light, even
Yes, absolutely. I state that as fact, Sleeping Warrior. If you don't understand that, you need to take a fucking grade school course in geometry.
the sun's light was the sky's brightness was different as well. And one thing I didn't even show on you, the sun size also changes through the video.
No, it doesn't. The flare of the sun changes because of the atmosphere is different because you got different amount of clouds in the air, in the sky. So yeah, you're stupid.
Yeah.
It does.
Yes.
Can we go to the specific moment that you think it changes, or like do we have to speed it up to see its angular
I
size?
showed it just before you came in. Not much, but it does change a touch.
So I don't remember there being a solar filter on that camera during the whole thing, which is the only way you could determine whether the size of the sun changes. So the solar flare changes. So the sun flare changes.
This is the movement. I even give the seconds. You can see.
God damn, he's just not smart enough to still understand the difference between angular size and solar and flare. He's not that smart.
It's changed position and it's even changing a bit of size. Very minimal, but it changes. And then also what I show is when the sun is behind the light bulb, it doesn't even light it up. 27 seconds is when it's behind the light bulb.
Why would it light it up? Why would it light that light bulb up, Flatzoid? Why?
Why doesn't the sun...
Hey, Drunk Debunk Show. You are a wrench whore.
Light the light bulb up.
Because
now I gotta fucking go and find the fucking thing and give you a wrench. Jesus. Hold on. There we go.
Light doesn't pass through things that are, well, it does pass through things that are partially translucent, but not as well as things that are completely transparent, like a bunch of air molecules.
Let's just take, and I'm going to pass light through it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Try to put my light on. Okay. Understand?
Okay, now put that camera at one end of the room and go a few miles away and then do that. Tell me if it lights it up.
Yeah.
That's not what happens.
I think that light bulb is foggier than that jar there.
The point is that it has reflection. So when a light bulb is getting
it has reflection, though.
Reflected light, it will light up. So
right,
that means it's faked.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of stuff for light, or there's not a whole lot of stuff inside the light bulb for light going into it to reflect off of it back to our eyes. That's how we see things when light hits them. Because the light hits the object, then the light comes to us.
Yeah, and light reflects and refracts inside that light bulb. Remember, it's also having internal reflection inside the light bulb itself on the brim, so it should light up. It doesn't.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll give you that. I'm not an expert on how light works, but I don't think that's...
Yeah, Flatzoid isn't either.
Really going to cut it in terms of challenging a well-established and very widely accepted model.
What? That's one thing I want to ask, though. What model? There is no globe model.
Yes, there's the heliocentric model. I posted this to your Discord. And let's see. What is the heliocentric model? It's an astronomical model that places the sun at the center of the solar system with the Earth and other planets orbiting around it. The term heliocentric comes from the Greek word helios, meaning sun, and essentially means sun-centered. So, yeah, we do have a model, you dumb motherfucker. You lying sack of shit.
I keep getting claimed there's a globe model, but there's no actual globe model.
Yeah, there is. I mean, we're able to make predictions. Why do you think we're able to accurately predict total solar eclipses decades into the future? And they're always right too. We've always gotten them right for like a while.
Yeah, can you do that with your Hebrew cosmology? Bet you can't.
Can
They
you
always happen
present?
when we say that they will.
Oh, Sleeping Warriors left the conversation. So when are we going to debate, motherfucker? You talk all big and bad when you come in people's chats. When are you going to debate me, or are you still fucking terrified of me? Terrified that it'll bring up that highlighted paragraph that you brought up on Jose's channel? Remember that? It's either Jose's or Sean's, one of the two. Remember that? Remember that, Sleeping Warrior? That paragraph that you said proves that Einstein superseded Newton? And yet, in the highlighted paragraph, he said he could never supersede Newton because his work is too important in relativity. Remember that? See, that's why you don't want to debate me, because you're a fucking chicken shit coward. You know I'll fucking wipe the floor with your lame fucking ass. Hey, Debatable D.
Can you present to me your globe model that you claim? Because
yes, here you go. The heliocentric model. There you go, Flatzoid, right there.
One thing I try and explain to everybody.
See, they don't even know what a model is. They don't even know what a model is. They think a model is like a globe you buy at a store. That's what they think that's what they think a model is. Because they're dumb.
You got models for specific areas, but you don't have a model. And that's the same with Flat Earth. There's no.
Yes, we do. We have the heliocentric model.
This is a reminder.
That's what we have.
My cat's litter box. This is a reminder.
And my cat doesn't really want to have anything to do with his new watering thing. It's like a cat fountain, and he doesn't really like it, or he doesn't understand it, or something. But he'll get thirsty enough.
No specific model. It's all just models. So when you
and you don't have anything, Flatzoid. You don't have even one model. None. You have no model that you can predict anything from. So your criticism is a little hypocritical.
For instance, model out the path of the sun. That's a model for the path of the sun. That doesn't mean it's the model for Flat Earth. Just like you don't have the model for globe.
I mean, when we model out the path of the sun, I guess it's more so the heliocentric model, not the shape of the Earth. But in terms of the shape of the Earth, I mean, we're able to predict where celestial bodies will be in the celestial sphere at specific times of year, based on the fact that the Earth is a sphere that is rotating, that is going around the sun, and we're always like right about it. So, like, does that not scream to you that the Earth is probably?
What's this dipshit doing, man? Holding the light right up to the thing. Say, look, it works. Take that light, put it like 100 feet away, and then do it. Tell us what it looks like.
Probably a sphere, because we're able to.
No, because the whole globe is based upon thousands of years of observation. Have you ever heard of the solar cycles before?
We don't predict eclipses with the Saros cycle. What model does NASA use to predict eclipses? NASA uses a variety of models and data to predict eclipses, including the predictive scientific model, the magnetohydrodynamic algorithmic outside a sphere code, data from the 2017 eclipse, data from NASA's Solar Dynamic Observatory, the Saros cycle. A period of 223 lunar months has been used to predict eclipses for thousands of years. Scientists also use the recurrence of total solar eclipses to test the accuracy of their models and update them accordingly. So yeah, they use the Saros cycle because that tells you what the cycle of eclipses are. It doesn't tell you where they're going to be seen. It doesn't tell you what the path of totality is. But no, they they don't use the serocycle as the only thing to predict eclipses. We use scientific predictive models.
What
Saros
cycle?
cycles.
Solar cycle?
Saros. So it's observations done thousands of years where they've been able to see patterns emerge. And the globe just takes those patterns and they've worked it into the globe model, as you put it.
I mean, there's going to be patterns that emerge because it's going around the sun repeatedly. So I don't really know what you're trying to say there.
But of course, that was AI. That was AI's response, and it read model and predict eclipses, and it included the Saros cycle. Now let's see what NASA has to say about it. How scientists use NASA data to predict the appearance of the July 2 eclipse. Where can I see? Is it Control F or Control? Soros. 0 hits. Now if you can, you can't see that, but I just typed Soros in on a Control F, and it's not in here. Nowhere in this entire article is the Saros cycle mentioned.
What I'm trying to say is your
Hey, Kevlar.
globe is based on already observed pattern predictions throughout the centuries.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
And because of this, you guys are claiming globe predictions are true. There's no predictions. It's already got the outcome there because based on history and observation through history.
Okay, well, let's talk about some of the observations. Okay, one of the most easiest ways to know that the Earth is a sphere is if we look at lunar eclipses. So the Earth casts a circular shadow onto the moon all the time whenever it's a lunar eclipse. It doesn't matter where the moon is, doesn't matter where the Earth is, doesn't matter where the source of light is. It is always a circular shadow. It doesn't ever really distort. And the only
and they can't explain how the shadow of the Earth gets on the moon when the sun and the moon are above the Earth. They can't explain that.
physical object that always casts a circular shadow is a sphere. So what is a flat Earth explanation for that?
Okay, first of all, you're trying to beg the question that it is a shadow and that the moon is a...
Oh, so when you're looking at the moon and all of a sudden the dark part goes across it, that's not a shadow?
Physical object.
It is.
Secondly,
the moon's not a physical object.
You can
see, that's just an excuse, Flatzoid.
Have
you've got nothing, so you come up with excuses.
Have you ever heard of the impossible eclipse before?
Impossible eclipse, no.
It's the selenium eclipse. What happens is you have the sun up in the one side of the sky and you have the moon up in the other side of the sky.
No, you have the sun, you have the moon up in one side of the sky, and then you have the sun at the equator, at the horizon, stupid. They aren't up here. They aren't up here. They're down here. Fucking idiot.
Both above the Earth, and yet the Earth is supposed to be eclipsing the moon, and the shadow is inverted.
The shadow?
No, the shadow is inverted because the sunlight's coming from the underside of the Earth, and underside compared to you, and illuminating the lower limb of the Earth and putting that shadow on the moon. You're fucking stupid, man. You don't know shit, do you?
The way shadows work is that there's a light source, and light it's casting in a specific direction. There's an object that's in that direction, and where the light cannot occupy space is behind the object. So
yeah, but you see the point of the impossible eclipse is it's impossible on your globe because you.
The point of the impossible eclipse is that you use it as an excuse for not believing reality.
claim the Earth is the reason for the shadow on the moon.
Right.
Yes,
so what
it
is
is.
casting
Now
a
with-
shadow on the moon if it's not the Earth?
Now with the impossible eclipse, you got the Earth, you got the sun in the sky here, and you got the moon in the sky here.
No, you don't. You don't.
There is no
Right.
way the Earth can block it to give that shadow, and the shadow is coming from the top, not from the bottom.
So, yeah. You're right. There is no way for the Earth to cast a shadow onto the moon.
And yet we
for us
observe
to
this.
witness it on a flat Earth. It makes sense
But
on a
then-
globe Earth, but not on a flat Earth.
No, it doesn't. The
Yeah,
globe
it
Earth
does.
claims
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does.
the Earth is blocking. The globe is not in the way to block.
That's what Flat Earth says. What did he just say? That's what Flat Earth says. That the Earth is not in the way of the sun and the moon to block the shadow. That's what the Flat Earth says.
You're right. There is no way for the Earth to cast a shadow onto the moon.
And yet we
for us
observe
to
this.
witness it on a flat Earth.
Right. Yes, we observe this in reality, not on a flat Earth. Now you're getting it.
It makes sense
But
on a
then-
globe Earth, but not on a flat Earth.
No, it doesn't. The globe
does.
Earth claims the Earth is blocking. The globe is not in the way to block.
On a flat Earth, it isn't. But we see it. See, there's that cognitive dissonance, that war, that battle in his head between reality and what he thinks is reality.
Yeah, it
And the
is.
shadow is coming from the wrong way.
No. It'll be
See, I mean, this shit has been explained to him hundreds of times, and he's not capable of understanding it.
nighttime for people that observed a lunar eclipse because the sun is
No.
on the opposite side of the Earth, casting a
No,
shadow onto the moon.
they usually
Or maybe it's
observe
like
this
sunrise or
eclipse.
something.
They usually observe this eclipse very early morning or late evening.
Oh, very early in the morning or late evening. So then not up here. Early morning. Where's the sun in early morning, dumb fuck? Where is it? Or late in the evening. Where are those fucking things? You fucking dumbass. So he thinks early in the morning the sun's up here. That's what he thinks.
When
We
the
got
sun
it.
and the moon are both up over the horizon.
You're right. They probably do witness it early morning or late evening, not night, because the sun can, illuminate the moon still.
Oh my God.
But at the same time, it is on far enough away on the other side of the Earth to cast a shadow, have the Earth cast a shadow onto the moon. It may not happen in the middle of the night, but it makes sense for it to
How
happen.
does it
early
cast
morning
the
and
shadow inverted?
evening. What do you mean when you say inverted shadow?
Look, asshole. Where is it? Here we go. You got the sun here. You got the earth here. It's going to be hard to do this. You have the earth here, and you have the moon here. If you're standing here, you can see both of them. You can see the top part of the moon here, and you can see the sun here. Or I'm sorry, let's put that in a different place. Let's put that here. So you can still see the top part of the sun. You can still see the sun's still visible. You can see the moon because you're facing it. And that's really not where I wanted that to be either. See, it takes such fine tuning, and the sun needs to be larger too. When you get this line hitting the earth, right? The sun's going over. Eh. See, the sun's illuminating this. It's putting the shadow on the moon. But you can see the bottom part of the shadow. See, all this is still in shadow. This is still in shadow. Let's see, put another line here. Right? So this is still this is the shadow that it's creating on the moon. The bottom part of the sun. See, you're at the top part. You expect to see the top limb of the earth here. But no, we see the bottom limb of the earth because that's where the sun is. That's where the sun's hitting the moon.
If the shadow is supposed to be from the bottom because the earth is blocking from the bottom, why is the shadow from...
I mean, how pitiful is it that a person is coming into a flat earth video and trolling with PvE gamer bullshit when you don't have to be better than anyone in PvE? How is that? How does that make any sense?
From the top.
Why is the shadow from the... What does that mean?
It means the shadow is coming from the opposite direction.
No, it just means that the sun is illuminating the bottom, the southern half of the moon or the earth, and casting that shadow on the moon.
The shadow is coming. This is really simple. The shadow is cast by the object because...
Oh, I do pay to play games. I definitely do that, Kevlar. But I just don't play PvP. And I shit, last time I played fucking DayZ was 3 months ago.
Because the light source is going in one way and the shadow is cast in the same direction. It's like really simple. Just like hold any physical object up in your room and you'll see that because the light source is in a specific spot, the shadow is cast in the exact same direction that the light source is traveling relative to the object. It's really simple stuff.
There you go, Paint by the art professor.
Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, this will say is the earth.
Right.
But that's not what it is. So you need to put the sun down here. And you need to be here. So you're fucking up.
Yeah. Tell me how the first of all how the earth is causing a shadow on the moon.
Because you've not illustrated this correctly, stupid.
I don't think it would cast a shadow on the moon in that instance.
Well, this is when it does cast. This is called the impossible eclipse, because you stand.
So he's got the sun smaller than the moon. He's got the sun smaller than the moon, and in the wrong position in the sky.
Standing here, observing the sun above the horizon, observing the moon above the horizon. And now that's not the only problem. The shadow. Sorry.
Okay, so
is
the only
on the top.
Yeah.
See, this is totally fucked up. You're lying here because this is not how we see the Analema. It's not how we see it. It's not the position of the planets in the Analema.
Wait, okay, so the only so are you talking about the shadow on the opposite side? Oh, okay. I'm not really sure that happens. The only stuff I can find about impossible eclipse is on flat Earth websites. I don't see anybody.
No, it's called the selenium eclipse, the impossible eclipse, because that's exactly what happened.
Did I say Analema? That's Selenelian. Misspoke. Selenelian eclipse. Selling alien eclipse? What the fuck, Google? Anybody know how to spell that? S-E-L. Selenium. Selenium. Is that it? See what it says. A Selenelian eclipse. Selenium. Jesus, fucking Google's an idiot. also known as a horizontal eclipse, is a rare, not impossible, rare celestial event that occurs when the sun and a fully eclipsed moon are both visible in the sky at the same time. What happens? Selenelian can only be seen just before sunset or just after sunrise. So it isn't late night or early morning. It's before those and after those things happen, Fatsoid. You're a liar. The moon is eclipsed when it moves into Earth's shadow, but the Earth's atmosphere refracts the image of the sun and moon, making them appear slightly different positions. This makes it possible to see both sun and the eclipsed moon in the sky. And this is shows you why it happens. See, they're actually here. They're actually here. But we see them here because of refraction, because light bends down, dipshit.
But I think when you have time, go and look it up, and you'll see this happen.
Hey, Emma. Good to have you here. Nice to see you. Let me hook you up.
Remember, the flat earthers don't really make a claim on what the moon and sun is.
Because you're chicken shits. That's why. You're afraid to make a claim because you know if you make a claim, you have to back that claim up with evidence, and you can't. You know you can't.
So we don't really have to care on why there's an eclipse or something. The old ancient...
Yes, Gizmo, Google is a search engine, but it's not an answer engine. You have to consider the sources you get from Google. And yes, Google is what flat earthers use too.
Used to believe in Rahu and Ketu. So they used to believe there's a second invisible disk that goes and swallows up the sunlight or moonlight. You know?
Yeah, that's just how fucking stupid the ancients were.
I mean,
Can you show me the graphic that you're showing just now again? I don't know if you closed it out or not.
I took it off already.
So obviously the side of the moon that's facing the Earth is going to be illuminated because the sunlight is hitting the Earth and it's reflecting off of it and going back to the moon.
No, it's not reflecting off and going back to the moon.
But I really don't know what that has to do with lunar eclipses, though. What you were showing us.
It's called an impossible eclipse for a reason. Remember, you claimed...
No, it's a rare eclipse. It's not an impossible eclipse. It's a rare eclipse. And perfectly explained with a heliocentric model.
The Earth is the cause for...
lunar eclipses. I'm not talking about impossible.
Yeah, lunar eclipse.
Right, which is when the Earth casts its shadow onto the moon.
Yeah, and this shows that the Earth cannot cast a shadow onto the moon because it's not able to be in its path to cast the shadow, and the shadow comes from the top, not from the bottom.
You're stupid. You're ignorant.
So the shadow is on the face of the moon facing away from us? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's simple. The guy stands, he looks right, he sees the full sun above the horizon, looks left, sees the full moon above the horizon, and the casting of the shadow coming down.
No, he doesn't look up. He looks at the horizon.
Down and not up. It's not hard to understand.
So the moon, it kind of is. So you're saying the moon's casting a shadow onto the...
Right. I said I was good at DayZ. Yes. I kill bears. I kill zombies. And I rarely get killed by them. I had 2 helicopters. Well, they're probably gone because they've wiped the server now. But I've got 2 helicopters, 3 vehicles, a mansion. Yeah, I'm good at DZ. So fuck off. Jesus, what the fuck? What a dipshit. See, I won't play with them, and they're all butthurt about it. See, they want to get me into a game where they can talk to me and spew bullshit to me. That's what they want.
The Earth is casting a shadow.
The Earth. Your guys claim the Earth is casting a shadow on the moon.
No, science claims that science and reality and astronomy and physics say that.
Right.
Yet the Earth is not in its path to cast a shadow on the moon.
But yes, it is. It would have to be. How can you have a shadow cast on something with nothing to cast the shadow?
During
And the
this
moon's
impossible eclipse.
and
Oh, wait, I forgot. You make up bullshit about Rahu and Ketu or whatever, right? That's what you do? You just make up bullshit?
the moon's shadow is from the top and not from the bottom.
Right. But I mean, is this like a specific type of lunar eclipse or what?
Yeah, it's called the impossible eclipse for a reason. Because it doesn't work with the model.
But it does. Everything you see in reality works because of the model.
I can't tell if you're either just not explaining this well enough or you're just obfuscating it. I don't know.
A little of both.
I mean, I'm just looking at a graphic here. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, yeah, the sun is going to cast some light onto the moon. That's why we can see the moon. But it's also the case that the Earth, or that the moon is close enough to the Earth, but not too far behind it, that it's completely obscured by sunlight. But we
tell you what, guys, you put $500 in my PayPal and I'll play with you.
You can see the shadow that the Earth casts on the moon, as well as the light that is illuminating the moon because of the sun.
Okay, anyway, like I said, you don't even know about it, so it doesn't even have going on about it. But
I don't know if we can.
What about celestial navigation, though?
Celestial navigation?
Hmm.
People use stars to navigate the globe?
Yeah, well, not the globe, the Earth.
No, the globe.
Right.
No, the globe.
Since we're talking about stars.
See, celestial navigation doesn't work on a flat Earth. You prove that. See, Flatside proved that. Now, 500, Elder Bear. You fucking dipshit cult member. You know what a bear is, right? Do you know what a bear is? I'll show you what a bear is. Bear. Let me find one that's suitable for there we go. That's what a bear is. Okay? That's what a bear is. So, are you a bear? Huh? Are you a bear? Is Owen Benjamin a bear beard? Is that what Owen Benjamin is? He likes his bears, so he's just named all of his little minions bears. Is that what he likes?
How would you explain different?
Is that why you named yourself Elder Bear?
Directions of rotations.
Do you have a bondage harness with a big metal ring in the middle?
With regards to stars, stars rotate different directions depending on what hemisphere you're in, right?
Yeah, hemisphere. Yeah. I'm in the south, so remember, stars always move east to west, no matter where you are on the Earth.
No matter where you are on the Earth.
Always move east to west. Yes.
But so if you're standing in the northern hemisphere, it's going to rotate one way, and you're standing in the southern hemisphere, it's going to rotate.
Right. Which way does a car tire move? Always rolls forward, right? Always moves east to west. What happens if you go to the other side of it? Does it still move the same way, clockwise or counterclockwise? See, you're not smart enough, Flatzoid, to understand the difference between movement and how things look when they move. Yes, stars move east to west because the Earth spins west to east. But the stars move in a certain particular pattern when you look south as opposed to when you look north. They look they go counterclockwise when you look north. They go clockwise when you look south, or is it the other way around? See, they move in a different direction. They move in a different direction. They're still moving east to west, but they're moving counterclockwise as opposed to clockwise. See, there's a difference. There is a difference between direction, but direction of movement and apparent direction are two different things.
Rotate the other way.
Let me try and make it simple. When you stand, let's say there's a road in front of you, and the cars are traveling right to left. Okay.
Right.
And you are looking southward. So you're standing north, looking south, and the cars are coming east to west. So it's appearing to come right to left to you.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you're going across the road. You turn around. Now you're looking northward from south.
Right.
Those same cars are still traveling east to west. Now they look like they're going left to right.
Okay, so where on your flat Earth, right? You stand here, you see the stars go east to west. You see them go east to west, right? Moving in this direction. You look up. Then you go, where here are you on the other side of the fucking road, Flatzoid? Where is the point of rotation on this ring? Where is that, Flatzoid? Where can you stand on this ring to see them go in the opposite direction?
Right.
See, he thinks he sees things happen in reality, and he thinks the Earth is flat. He wants it to be flat so that everything that happens in reality works on a flat Earth, but he can't explain certain things that happen. The only way he can try and explain it is by using the globe Earth.
Right. But it's the exact same thing is happening on a globe. Okay. North on a globe means the North Pole. You're facing towards the North Pole. And south on a globe means you're facing towards the South Pole. But if you're in the Northern Hemisphere and you turn 180 degrees, it's not going to change the direction of star rotation.
It's always east to west, no matter where you go.
God, what a simpleton.
No.
It's always east to
Yes.
west, no matter
Okay.
where you go.
Let me see if I can draw it again.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
I should have come with visuals. It's kind of hard to explain all this stuff.
Yeah.
How long have you
paint
been into
again.
this flat Earth thing?
I mean, maybe
There
a
you
couple
go.
of years, but I never actually had a live discussion with somebody, so it's harder to demonstrate things. But
Okay. Let's do this, okay? And let's do it this way. We're going to say this is north, east,
God,
west.
such a simpleton.
Okay. That's the stars moving east to west, you'd agree?
Right.
So
Right.
if I'm
Right.
looking upwards, I'm facing south, which way do those stars appear to move?
On a flat Earth, if you're looking south, they travel in a horizontal line. I can explain it this way, Flatzoid. Oh, come on, Blender. What the fuck? Blender not responding. Holy shit. What the fuck, Blender? Oh, there you go. And I can set a little scene up real quick. Delete the default cube. And we'll just a second. We'll add a mesh and a sphere, UV sphere. And we'll scale that sucker up. And we'll go inside of it. See, when you look north, Yeah, my clipping's off. Ah, fucking hate Blender's clipping. And I don't know where to go to set that. Hold on. Well, I can't fucking... I don't use Blender enough to know where to set clipping right. But yeah, see, it's clipping the shit badly. I can't zoom out enough. God damn it.
I don't remember whether it's counterclockwise.
No, actually, I've used Blender since 1998. Just don't use it that much anymore, and it's changed a lot.
Clockwise or clockwise. So say it turns to the left, to the west, I guess.
We're just making it we're not making it 3-dimensional. We're just making it so it's just easy to understand.
Okay.
So it's moving from your right shoulder to your left shoulder.
So take a wagon wheel, Flatzoid. Hold it, put it over your head. Suspend it from your ceiling, and spin it east to west. Now, tell me where in your room you have to go to see a second wagon wheel spinning the opposite direction.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm 62 fucking years old, man.
Then we go across. Okay. Let's do it this way. Then we go across this way, and you look the opposite this way.
How do you do that? How do you do that on a flat Earth, Flatzoid? How do you do that and see a central rotational point? How does that happen?
Okay.
Right.
Now it's going left shoulder to right shoulder. But it's still traveling east to west.
Right.
So one way it looks clockwise, the other way it looks anti-clockwise.
Okay.
Yeah, that's horseshit because it's not an explanation.
Okay, just imagine. So imagine the Earth is globe for a second, and you're standing on the ground, and you look up. The stars aren't rotating. If you want to say east and west is like your relative left to right, that's fine. But if you're looking straight up and you see the stars rotating from your left.
I mean, I've gone through this on my channel live with with Blender. I could probably find it.
From your right shoulder to your left shoulder. Okay. Turn 180 degrees behind you. They're still going to be going from your left shoulder to your right shoulder. Yes. The only way you change that direction is if you look at the stars upside down, but that's obviously kind of weird. But it's true. The direction of rotation will only change if you change your I forget the name of it. It's like the yaw. It's the x-axis. If you change your x-axis by 180 degrees, it will change its direction of rotation. But if you change your y-axis by 180 degrees, it will not. It will maintain the direction.
But that's the thing. There is no change of rotation. It's exactly the same. It's always east to west.
Yeah, it is.
That's my whole point. There is no two different rotations in your southern and northern hemisphere, as you
Yes, there is. Clockwise and counterclockwise.
put it. It's going the same direction. It's just based on your location, based on perspective. So where you're standing in your location determines if it looks like it's going anti-clockwise or clockwise. It always goes the same direction.
So it's clockwise no matter where you are on the globe, or counterclockwise.
In Earth, it's always it's an apparent clockwise and anti-clockwise. The movement is always the same east to west. That's my point.
So, but it does change from clockwise to counterclockwise at some point.
Yeah, it's an optical illusion.
Yeah, because you're changing your x-axis rotation by 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
so
I
that
just
only
got to
makes
point
sense
out.
on the
I just
sphere.
got to point out though, you are understanding. We're talking about the stars moving now, not the Earth.
Right. I'm talking about why this makes sense on the globe and not a flat
See, I'm gonna have to redo that. I think that was on my old channel.
disk. It changes the direction rotation. The direction of rotation changes because you're moving from one hemisphere to the other. That makes sense on a flat globe because you're changing your x-axis rotation according to
But I just
celestial
explained
sphere.
to you. I just explained to you. It doesn't require any shape. It's just got to do with the movement of the stars and your location.
It may not require
Not
any
going to
shape, but it
change
would
the difference
require.
between. And
It-
by
it-
the way, everything on your globe is based on a flat Earth.
No, it's not. No, it's not, you liar.
Is it?
Yes.
What is based on a flat Earth?
No, your globe's based on a flat Earth.
No, it's not. No, it's not. See, this is the excuse you use when you've got nothing else. Oh, it's all maps, all model. They're all measured flat. No, they're not. No, WGS 84 is not fucking flat, you dipshit.
How is it based on a
I'll be right back.
flat Earth? What does that mean?
Every measurement ever made for your globe, everything you've done for navigation comes from a flat Earth. Measurement calculation is based off of first measuring flat Earth.
So
Even
the
your maps and
systems-
models come from derived from a flat Earth.
We used to believe in a flat Earth, but then we realized that it's a sphere. I don't know what you're trying to say about that. Do you think that our systems use a flat Earth model nowadays, or do you think they use a
Everything,
flat,
even
a
your
GPS?
satellite, even your GPS, everything uses a horizontal plane reference.
Do you know what GPS
No,
stands
it
for?
doesn't.
Global Positioning System.
So why would it be called a global positioning system if it's based on a flat disk?
Because you guys believe it's a globe, but it's based off of a plane Cartesian system.
A plane Cartesian system.
Yes.
Pretty sure a Cartesian system is just a global coordinate system where you have x, y,
The coordinate
and z
system
axes.
is based off of latitude and longitude that was derived from a flat baseline.
Cartesian system isn't based on latitude and longitude, dumb fuck. It's just X, Y, and Z. Front to back, left to right, and up to down. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay, yeah, we used to believe that the Earth was flat. I guess I understand. what
No,
you're trying to say
it doesn't
that,
matter if you believe the Earth is flat or not.
but- Sure.
It still comes from a flat Earth. Even
Well-
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. And surveyors use a horizontal reference from your eye line, which has absolutely nothing to do with the Earth. But that's as far as it goes as far as flat.
surveyors today, when they do surveying, they require the flat Earth to be there for measurements, and then they
No, they don't.
calculate their curve
You've been educated on this, liar. Why do you keep lying about it, liar?
based on slope and incline angles.
Based on the curvature of the Earth.
No, there's no
Ask-
curve measure at all.
Ask any construction worker, and they'll tell you that the Earth is a sphere.
I can ask.
See, he mixes up on purpose, by mind you. He mixes up planar surveying with geodesic surveying when it's convenient for him, but he'll deny one if it's not.
Ask you any construction work will tell you level is horizontal.
Level is horizontal. It is perpendicular to the direction that gravity is pulling everything in.
No,
That's what level means. Yes.
level is perpendicular to all plumb lines.
Yes, level is perpendicular to all plumb lines. That's why not all plumb. That's why no two plumb lines. Well, at a specific distance, you can nitpick when they're this close together, but they're not parallel. No two plumb lines are parallel.
Meets Earth's surface.
Level is just perpendicular to sea level, which
Sea level is
perpendicular.
horizontal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Level, yeah.
Yes, because water is horizontal.
Level means parallel with sea level. Yeah, duh. But Level means perpendicular to the force gravity is pulling everything in. The direction gravity is
doesn't.
pulling everything in.
Yep.
Yes, it does.
Uh,
Ask any
no, it doesn't.
any person worth their salt, they'll tell you that's what it means.
Yes, all of physics says that's what that means. Flatzoid is a fucking liar who can't accept reality. So sad.
Okay, let me quickly show you. There we go. Can you see my screen again?
I mean, he's like, they're like a conservative mother who, or a conservative father who really doesn't want their kid to be gay. They just can't admit that their kid's gay. Just can't admit it because they can't reconcile it. They don't want it to happen. Do not want. So they say everything but what reality states.
Yes.
A line of surface that cuts perpendicularly all plumb lines that it meets, hence would everywhere coincide with the surface of still water.
Right. Yes. And if you read the adjective of level, which you hate, it says that it is parallel with the curvature of Earth's waters. And if you look at this, oops, here's the surface of the Earth. Here's a level or a height parallel to the curvature of the Earth's surface. And here we got a bunch of plumb lines perpendicular to the Earth's surface. And guess what? Every one of these plumb bobs, every one of these plumb lines are being intersected perpendicularly by the level, by this level, by this line, which is parallel to the Earth's surface, which is level. So you're dumb, and you know what the fuck you're talking about, and you're a liar.
That doesn't
It's
say
all
anything
plumb
about
lines.
the shape of the Earth.
Yes, it does. Do you understand what all plumb lines means?
Something to do with plumbing? This is just one definition that you're pulling.
No,
off
do
of
you know what a
dictionary.
plumb line is?
A rough idea. I'm not a plumber. Does it have to do with plumbing?
No, a plumb line is a vertical.
Actually, it does have to do a little bit with plumbing. I wonder if Flatzoid knows what plumb means.
How do I put it? If you've ever held a string before.
Yeah, they're vertical, you dumb motherfucker. Look. This one's vertical to the Earth. This one's vertical to the Earth. This one's vertical to the Earth. What is vertical? Perpendicular to the downward, to down, right? Perpendicular to horizontal? Well, that's horizontal. That's perpendicular. That's 90 degrees from here to here. From here to here, and from here to here, and from here to here. So you're dumb. Please change that.
And there's a
Please stop being dumb.
plumb bob on there, and it falls perfectly vertical. That's a plumb line.
Right.
It's
Right.
established vertical.
Right.
Right.
So what it's saying is all plumb lines have exactly the same perpendicular cut horizontal.
So
On a
so-
globe, you can't have this because you have different
No. We have this on the Earth in reality.
plumb lines.
You have different like you say that they should be like swinging in different directions on the globe or something like that.
No, there's no swinging. Okay, I'm gonna draw again.
So a plumb line is like a level, but you're making sure that it's vertical, right?
It
level tool,
falls
but it's like
level.
you
Yes,
make sure it's
the
vertical.
plumb line always falls level.
Okay, so what is you bringing up a plumb line have anything to do with the shape of the Earth?
I'm gonna show you quickly. Okay, I'm gonna show you both.
Thought he
Sphere.
said he knew construction. I didn't say I knew construction. I just said ask any construction worker. That's why I didn't claim to
Yeah,
be
yeah.
construction worker.
There's a reason why construction workers use water levels. Okay,
Construction workers don't use water levels, dumbass.
so
Because
this
gravity
is your
pulls the
sphere.
bubble
This
in
is
the
a
thing.
flat Earth.
You show me one construction worker doing anything substantial outside of putting up a fucking deck on their house that uses a water level, please.
A plumb line.
Right.
He thinks that people still use the same technology they used for the fucking pyramids.
Well, they're in red.
What a dumb
Is a
fuck.
vertical. Okay.
Right.
So on a flat Earth, we always have plumb lines, always same verticals, no
Right.
matter where you place them on
Get ready for a reference frame fuck up.
the Earth. A
Right.
globe,
Right? That's vertical.
you see it follows the curve.
Right. That's vertical. Yes, that's all three of those are vertical.
You understand?
Right. Right.
Do you know what perpendicular means?
Yes, I mean.
Yes, perpendicular to the globe, to the surface of the earth at 90 degrees. These are 90. Well, you hand drew them, but
It's 90 degrees.
these are
from-
perpendicular.
Okay. Yeah, so 90 degrees. So if we set a 90 degree, you see it sets 90 degree right through them. And
Right.
it coincides with, what does it say? Still water. So we'll say this is still water.
Right.
So it's not moving. Okay. You see it shows 90, 90, 90 right through. That's perfect
Yeah, actually, it's a square that shows 90, not an arc.
for the definition. Now, let's try this for the globe.
Yeah, I know where you're going. It's a sphere, so it's not.
So he's going to draw one horizontal for this one, and it's not going to intersect these. That's what he's going to do, right? Because he doesn't understand reference frames. Now, see, Flat, so what you want to do is this. See, not this. See, what he's going to do is this, right? That's what he's going to do. So this wouldn't intersect with these. So that's not level. So these can't be level, right? That's what he's going to do because he's a dishonest piece of shit.
Not going to be a perfect 90 degrees.
So it can't
Right.
be perpendicular.
Yep. Did I fucking
may
nail
not
it or
be
what?
Precisely perpendicular, but the Earth is very large. So for all intents and purposes, it pretty much is. You know how large the Earth is?
See, but what you've shown, Flatzoid, is horizontal. You've shown the horizontal at this point. You've not shown level. You've shown not this line here right here is not level. This line right here is not level, or here, or here, or here, or even fucking here. It's just at the point that you've measured it at. That's horizontal. Level wraps around this fucking ball, dipshit.
It may not be precisely
See, he's just strawmanned and fucked up, and I caught him at it.
perpendicular, but the Earth is very large. So for all intents and purposes, it pretty much is. You know how large the Earth is?
He doesn't have a fucking clue. He thinks it's this big because it needs to look curved.
Yeah,
It's about-
I know the argument too large to see curve, but small enough to see boats go over the curve.
Yes, absolutely. And if you were intelligent in any way, shape, or form, you'd understand that. But you're dumber than dog shit, so you don't.
Right.
And you're dishonest, which doesn't help your cause.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
It's a contradiction
What false dichotomy? There's no false. What, the one that he says exists? There's no false dichotomy, dummy.
in terms. It's an oxymoron. You can't be too big to see curve and not big enough to see curve.
So you can't be too big to see the curvature of it, but it can be small enough or foreshortened enough to see the effects of curvature.
Okay, you're going to see curve over a large distance. You're not going to see it over a small one.
According to your geometry, you're supposed to see curve over 3 miles.
No, not according to our geometry. According to our geometry, you shouldn't be able to see a curve going this way, but you should be able to see the effects of curvature going this way.
I don't know. I don't know the calculations, but still, like a building is.
It's based on
not-
1.22 times the square root of the observer's height in feet.
No, it's not. Not the apparent horizon. Geometric is. The size of the Earth is, but we're not talking about geometry. We're talking about optics.
So if I'm 1 foot observer,
See, he got it wrong again. See, he's been corrected on this. He's been corrected on this every time he brings it up, but he keeps lying about it.
height, the horizon should be 1.
Right? Yes, it's either globe or flat, dipshit. There is no other argument. If you think there is, oh my God, you're fucked up.
22 miles away, and that's where your curve should be starting.
Oh,
right, but still.
Oh, dude, if I could, that swear jar is like the GDP of a small country.
The scale of buildings does not compare.
A false dichotomy is you only have it. You only are. You're limited to 2 choices when there are more choices. That's a false dichotomy. Limiting it to 2 when there are more choices. So please explain what the other choices are.
To the scale of the distance between you and a boat that appears to go over the horizon. That's
When it's a flat earther against a glober, 2 different sides of an argument. Where's the false dichotomy?
what I'm trying to say. You can't. There's no false equivalency there. There's no hypocrisy there.
No, the thing is, like I'm trying to tell you, everything your globe is based upon is falsified by understanding it's measured flat first, and
no, it's not, and no, it's not.
It's just hijacking things that we see, like with perspective.
Okay. While I'm not like an expert on physics or science or anything, none of us here are.
I think I'm not too bad at physics. Which physics you want to talk
That's
about?
not true. Otherwise, you would not be a flat earther because all physicists say that the Earth is a sphere. Why are you the one?
No,
who
you want to
says
test.
that is
Wait,
not?
wait.
Do you want to test this out?
You suck at physics, Flatzoid. You think a gyroscope should precess if it's not taken out of 3D space.
Because I'm a flat earther, then I don't know physics. Is that so
I'm not
true?
saying that. I'm not saying it's impossible for you to know physics, but if you're honest with yourself and you
If you understood physics, you wouldn't be a flat earther.
know physics, you would not be a flat earther. Ask literally.
Oh
any
no!
qualified physicist, they will say
The
that
reason I'm a flat earther
physics
is because I understand physics.
Really, and all the other physicists are wrong.
There's a difference between indoctrinated and
So you can't answer the question.
understanding where the lie's been.
So the physicists are dumb
Well,
enough to be
let's do it
indoctrinated.
this way. Let's work on to physics. Can you give me physics for gravity?
Well, it's 9.8 meters a second squared. That's the acceleration.
Okay, so would you say that was scientifically
Yes. Mass attracting mass. Scientifically validated, dumb fuck. You've been explained this.
validated?
Yes, people have done math. They've done experiments. They've done tests. We use
No, I
that
said
all the time.
science. No, I said science.
Yeah, science. You make a prediction. You verify the prediction by doing experiments, and you do math and stuff like that, and the math checks out. That's basically what science is. You make
No.
sure something is.
Never have. Never have, Kevlar. This is brand new. This is live. But I've heard this shit. I've heard their fucking lies and their excuses so many times I could fucking dance to it.
It's repeatable. Yeah, that's
Do
exactly
you know
what
the
science
science?
is.
Do you know the scientific method?
Scientific method. Rough idea. You make an observation, make a hypothesis, make a prediction, test that prediction, and if that prediction is repeatable, if it's verified, it does. You can do it over and over. It's you can say, oh yeah, this is true. That this hypothesis is true,
Good explanation.
and that's
Okay,
what
so-
we've done with gravity.
What's your IV? What's your DV?
So what did we have? What have we observed for gravity?
Mass attracting mass.
That
Things falling down.
things fall down when you let go of them at a rate
Great,
of
then what's-
9.8 meters a second squared.
Cool. So what is the hypothesis then for things falling to the ground?
I guess Isaac Newton's hypothesis was that mass generates a force called gravity, and it's based on the distance between the two objects as well as the mass of the two objects. And he derived an equation, and he made observations. People made observations, and those observations and predictions were verified over hundreds
You
of
see,
years.
this is the same thing I did with FTFE the other night.
Yeah, you lost.
where he couldn't get past this. When I observe this cup falling, okay, we're going to say this is the first step. Observe a natural phenomenon. So the cup fell. Great. What was the observation you just made?
That the cup fell because you let go of it. Gravity.
Okay, cool. So it fell. We observed it accelerating towards the ground.
Yes.
So the thing is, your hypothesis should now be what causes that cup to fall to the ground?
Mass attracting mass,
Gravity.
which is gravity.
Some force.
No. Your hypothesis should be, I'm trying to figure out what caused the acceleration to the ground.
You letting go of it. There's no other force preventing it from falling to the ground. So some force is causing it to fall to the ground.
Some force. Okay, great.
Right.
How would you test that force?
Cavendish.
How would you test that force?
You would isolate the downward acceleration to perpendicular to it, so that the downward acceleration wouldn't affect the wouldn't affect the experiment, and then you would test the effects of different sized masses in proximity to each other using a torsion balance suspended by a torsion wire, and measure the oscillations of that apparatus.
I don't think you're willing to test to see if the force is there because the thing fell, but
You do, because that's what a hypothesis is for. It's to tell you what your IV for your DV is. Do you know what an independent variable is?
independent variable.
Jesus Christ.
Variable that
He's like a kid who failed his first year of science class, but he learned a lot, and he wants to tell the adults what he learned, but he gets it all wrong.
does not change.
It's like tells an adult, "Do you know what a variable is? Bet you don't know what a variable is. Bet you don't know what air is." It's like he learns all this shit really badly in his little flat earth school, and then he thinks none of the adults have ever heard about it because it's new to him.
It's the manipulated variable. Yeah. And the dependent variable?
No, it's not the manipulated variable. It's the variable that's not dependent on anything else in the experiment. So you add that manipulated variable in there. What's an independent variable?
Check out these pictures.
It's a variable that stands alone and isn't changed by the other variables you're trying to measure.
The dependent variable is the thing that does change.
Yeah, based on the independent variable. So the independent variable is manipulated, which gives you the cause for...
No, it doesn't have to be manipulated. Doesn't have to be manipulated.
For your dependent variable. Great.
You don't even need an independent variable in an experiment.
So when I drop this and you claim there's a force accelerating it, how are you going to go?
I've never been in a science class. Okay, whatever it gets you through the night, buddy.
And manipulate that accelerated
Whatever helps
force.
you sleep.
How can you manipulate the force? If you drop it with a force, so you like force.
No, you don't deserve a wrench. Sorry, no flat earther deserves a wrench on my channel.
It down further, but I don't really know what you're getting at. Are you saying, what is your position on gravity? Do you think it's real?
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
I'm trying to show you very rudimentarily, like I did to FTFE,
No, you're trying to make excuses for your lack of understanding of physics.
that gravity
I mean, he actually thinks he's good at physics. He really does.
has never gone through the scientific method to be claimed as science.
But it has.
There is no such.
Yes, it has. It has. You've been explained to this. You've been explained this many, many times. The Cavendish, motherfucker. Deal with it. Cope harder.
Thing for gravity to be. It's pseudoscience.
It's okay. What's your explanation for why things fall down then? Is it going to be density and buoyancy? Because that hinges on gravity, right?
No. Relative density disequilibrium.
Yeah, that horse shit that Anthony Riley came up with. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, we've proven to you that RDD doesn't work, dipshit.
Relative density. So that you're still talking about density.
No, not specific gravity. Relative density disequilibrium. It's a total different thing. It's not specific gravity. Specific gravity hinges off of gravity, which
Molecular weight?
first hijacked Archimedes' principle.
No, it didn't.
Okay.
I'm talking about relative density disequilibrium. It's got nothing to do with gravity at all.
Jesus fucking Christ.
But it is your explanation for why things fall down?
Yes. And I can do it scientifically for you as well.
So the cup is more dense than the air, therefore the cup falls through the air to down. Okay.
It displaces. The cup is not able to displace its own weight based on its ratio towards.
That's buoyancy, man. That's buoyancy.
The medium, therefore it accelerates towards the ground.
Right, that's buoyancy. Displacement is buoyancy, dummy.
But why down?
Because
down.
I picked it up, I put energy into the system. You wouldn't expect it to still go up because that would violate the first law of thermodynamics. You would have to put more energy into the system for it to go up.
But why down? Why down? You've already put energy into the system. Why down? Why does it utilize that energy as down?
We all know that things can't move unless some force is applied to them, right?
Mm-hmm. And I added a force now, correct, when I picked it up.
Right. So it's now got the stored force. Why down, though?
I forced it out of its relative equilibrium.
But if you let go of that cup, it goes down. Why down specifically? Not up.
Because I had to put energy into the system to get it up.
Okay, so let's see. I'm taking this thing here and I'm moving it over to here. Horizontal. I'm not dropping it. It's not being raised or lowered. So it should snap back to there, right? But it falls down. If I take something from the top shelf of my bookcase and I pull it down, I pulled it diagonally down. Why does it drop down? Why?
So I put potential energy into the system.
What is the preferred direction of movement for something that has stored potential energy?
Right. But when you apply a force to an object, it retains that force unless another force is acting on it. So if you were to let go of the cup,
does this cup have an unbalanced force when I let it go?
Yes. So according to you and your first law of thermodynamics, so if I pick it up from lower and bring it up to here, I've put energy into it. It can't change direction unless an outside force has acted on it. So when I let it go, it should keep going up, right? Gravity isn't real. And there's less resistance up than there is down. So it should keep traveling up.
Yeah.
And unbalanced force, because it moves down. Yeah.
There we go. So
what is
it's able to, just like with general relativity, where the masses are able to warp space and time around it, this cup is able to warp the space around it in the medium. So it has an unbalanced force, therefore accelerates to the ground.
But what gives it that downward acceleration?
But what?
You've not sufficiently explained that, Flatzoid.
Why the ground? Why that direction specifically, not any other direction?
Because I picked it up
right
from its relative equilibrium. And because the air cannot support the cup. Remember, it's just
the air above it can't support it either. The air above it can't support it either. But the air below it is thicker than the air above it, more dense than the air above it. So why does it fight its way through the denser medium instead of the easier path?
Displacing the medium around it. If I had to take the same cup and now stick it in water and it starts floating, okay? The medium...
Because of buoyancy, stupid.
Is able to support it based on its relative density, displacement ratio.
Okay, what's the math for that ratio? You've not given us the math for that ratio. Give us a formula with that using that ratio, please.
So its ratio is able to keep it up.
Okay.
It's ratio.
Yeah, I get what you're saying with regards to density, but why down specifically? Why that direction? You're not explaining the direction.
Because I had to put energy to pick it up. So its natural tendency is to use that energy to go back to where it came from.
Oh, so if I go to the top of Mount Everest and I grab a rock and I pull it down and I put it in my pocket and I bring it down to sea level and I let it go, it should go back up there. That's what you're saying. Your only explanation for the downward vector is you picked it up from lower and pulled it up higher, so it should go back there. That's what you just fucking said.
Density, but why down specifically? Why that direction? You're not explaining the direction.
Because I had to put energy to pick it up.
From lower, from a specific point.
So its natural tendency is to use that energy to go back to where it came from.
There you go. So if I take something down from a mountain, it should go back up to the mountain. Because relative density disequilibrium does not give you a directional vector.
Where do you think it gets that potential energy?
It's unbalanced force based on the
Why?
Based on gravity. That's the energy you put into it. The pull of gravity.
The force
displacement ratios.
The force.
You do know I don't know why you're
you
fighting
release
for a
it.
force anyway. Your gravity doesn't have a force either.
Yeah, it does. Yes, Newtonian gravity has a force. In Newtonian physics, gravity is a force. In general relativity, it's not.
Yeah, I'm not an expert in relativity, but for all intents and purposes, let's just call gravity a force. It pulls
But it's
things
not a
down.
force. That's the point. You're trying to false equivocate. You require some force.
See, you're trying to false equivocate Newtonian and Einsteinian physics.
For relative density disequilibrium because you don't even have it for your gravity either.
Okay, you can just continue obfuscating, so you don't have to answer the
There's
question.
no
Why does it go
obfuscating.
down?
You
You're
have double
obfuscating.
standards. You're trying to tell me
standards.
I require force, which I clearly say I don't. It's just based on an
But you do. What do you mean you don't require a force? Yes, you have to have a force.
unbalanced force, just like general relativity would explain it in the fourth dimension, where it's just physical matter.
But we don't use general relativity on Earth, dumb fuck. We use Newtonian physics. Gravity. You ever heard of gravity?
Displacing the air around it. You, on the other hand, require a physical force for Newtonian
Yes.
gravity, which doesn't exist.
Things don't move unless we apply a force to them, correct?
Yes.
So there's a force that is needed here for the cup to fall.
If you stick a bowling ball on a slope,
right,
and there's a pebble holding it, and you remove that pebble, the ball starts moving.
Right, because of gravity.
Right.
Right. Is it because of an unbalanced force, or is it just because something's pulling it or pushing it?
It's because of gravity. Gravity's always pulling on it. The rock is standing in the way. The rock is a barrier to it moving. Once you remove the rock, the bowling ball's free to roll down the fucking ramp because of gravity. Nobody gives a shit if you don't like that.
It's both the same thing. An unbalanced force just means one force is stronger than the other. The ball's potential
Because the
energy.
center of mass is off
kinetic
balance.
energy.
The center of mass is off balance.
What? The center of mass is off balance because a rock was in the way? No. That's not how center of mass works.
Center.
Oh my Jesus, he doesn't know shit about physics. This is now, Kevlar. This is like live.
No, not necessarily. It's all made of the same material. The center of mass is in the center of the ball. The reason it's moving is because there's nothing preventing gravity from pulling it anymore. That's why it moves
Gravity
down.
doesn't pull. That's my whole point.
Yeah, it does. It most certainly does. Your point is moot because physics proves your point wrong.
This does.
No, it doesn't. Gravity is not
So
a
what's
force.
pulling?
Gravity hasn't been seen as a force for 110 years already.
No, that's not what you say. Isn't it? Every time they bring that up, they add a year. Like 2 years ago, it was 106. Now it's like 110. Just because Anthony Riley thinks that Newtonian or that Einstein superseded Newton, which he didn't, that doesn't mean that general relativity proved that gravity is wrong. You're fucked up, man. You are so fucked up in the head. Such a gullible piece of shit. You believe idiots like Anthony Riley over fucking science. God, what a dumb fuck you are.
Okay, but what is causing things to fall then?
Displacement ratio.
Displacement ratio.
So, let me see. This has a certain displacement of the air around it. Right? It has a certain amount of displacement. Its volume displaces the air. Does its volume change when I move it? No, it stays the same. It displaces the air, the same amount of air, no matter where it is. So how do you get this disequilibrium thing going? See, it's not changing the amount of displacement it puts into the air. It's still displacing the same amount of air. It doesn't displace more when it moves down, dipshit. What the fuck are you talking about?
But
and I can show that scientifically because you can show.
Hey, Real Cygnus.
You can actually do experiments to show if you change the ratios between the object and the medium, you either have it accelerating up, being neutral, or it going down.
How are you changing the displacement? It's How? No, I'm not muted. How are you changing the displacement? How is it changing? It's not. It's the same displacement. This is 237 milliliters. This displaces 237 milliliters of air. Did it displace more? Did it displace less? More? Less? More? No. It's the same fucking amount. God damn, what a dumb fuck.
Same thing. You're either able to, because you just have to go and manipulate the displacement ratios to give the desired result.
But you do realize displacement is only a thing because of gravity, right?
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's because of volume.
This cup is displacing the air around it. What's gravity got to do with this cup displacing the air around it?
Because
what does displacement have to do with gravity? It's displacing the same amount no matter what.
Because it's pulling on the cup harder than the air molecules.
No,
the
it's
cup is
not.
denser. Yes, it is. It has more matter in it than
the gas can't go through this cup. You can't occupy the same space. Gravity has nothing to do with this cup displacing the air around it.
Yes, it does.
Air
is less dense than the cup.
Where I'm sitting, are you able to sit where I'm sitting at the same time? You can't occupy the same space at the same time. That's displacement.
He just doesn't understand anything, man.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So not gravity. It's got nothing to do with it.
So why is the cup moving down, though? Not up, not left, not right.
It displaces the exact same amount up, down, left, or right, Flatzoid. So why not up?
I've explained it to you.
Why down?
When you try to shove a wooden plank into a something that is less dense than water, when you try to shove it into water, does it always go down? No, it actually floats up. So why does it float up if there's displacement?
Because of the displacement ratio.
Displacement ratio? That's the same explanation.
It's not able to displace its. It's able to displace its weight.
That's buoyancy.
So it can go be supported by the medium. This is why you have cargo ships on the ocean that are able to float, because they're just displacing their weight.
Right.
It's a ratio.
Right.
Archimedes principle.
So it has to do with the density of the objects, right?
Well, there's no such thing as any object that doesn't have density. The density
Correct.
is just simply the name given for the amount of substance in a given volume.
Yes. So why is it that things that are more dense tend to go down and things that are less dense tend to be displaced above it?
I told you, because of its displacement ratios. This is what Archimedes principle. This was what Archimedes principle was talking about before gravity was postulated. You know, Archimedes principle was 1,900 years predates Newton.
Okay, so it predates the quantification of gravity, not gravity.
1,900 years.
No, I didn't know that. But you're just saying that the reason less dense objects are displaced higher up than denser objects is you're just saying, oh, because of density. You're not explaining why this is happening.
Displacement, not because of density, because of displacement.
Right, which occurs because of the density of the objects, and only occurs because of gravity.
Gravity has nothing to do with displacement.
Yes, it does.
At all.
It has everything to do
with it. No, it hasn't. What is gravity? What has gravity got to do with me sitting in this chair and the air is not able to be where I'm sitting right now?
And why didn't I crowdfund my way to Antarctica? I've tried to crowdfund a CNC machine, failed every time. So, and I don't want to go to Antarctica. I wasn't invited to go to Antarctica.
What does gravity have to do with it?
Couldn't go if I wanted to because of my health. So
you're denser than the air. That's why it's not pushing you up.
I am occupying space. The air cannot occupy the same space as me. That's displacement. I'm displacing the air around me. It's the same when you climb in a bathtub. You displace the water. Okay?
Right.
That's not gravity. It can't physically be in the same space as you.
Right, but we're talking about why objects fall down. We're not talking about displacement. That's what
that is why things fall. Because
so why not up?
No, it isn't.
Why doesn't it displace it upwards?
Because it takes energy to pick it up. You'll be violating the first law of thermodynamics to think it should still go up the...
Hey, Westside.
After you stop picking it up.
Well, yeah, because you're still holding it, like the friction's preventing it from leaving your hand. But if you throw a cup upwards in the middle of space, guess what?
Let me put it this way, okay? I'm going to throw it up now. It's going to have potential energy. It's going to use up that energy and turn into kinetic energy.
Because of gravity.
Okay, gravity doesn't exist, so it shouldn't have fallen down. It should have kept going up. It's displaced the same amount of air, no matter where it was. In your hand, up in the air, doesn't matter. So why does it want to go down through the denser medium and not through the less denser medium? Why does buoyancy work for you, or relative density work for you until it starts falling down, and then it doesn't?
You're out of nowhere like magic.
No way.
You applied a force to the cup, but then it started falling down. But then it started falling down. What's causing that?
In which direction did I apply the force?
Upwards, but then it started falling down. What is that?
Right, because you had an outside force acting on it. Gravity.
That force.
So did it require energy to get it to go up?
Yes.
Great. So why would you expect it to go further up if I'm not putting more energy into the system?
Because of the first law of motion. An object in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force.
I don't expect it to because of gravity.
Gravity has got nothing to do with this again.
Yes,
You're
it does.
telling me why? You asking me why is it not going up instead of down? I'm telling you because to get it up, you require energy. It's like lighting a light bulb. You require energy.
phrasing.
To light the light bulb. No energy, no lighting up light bulb. No energy, no lifting up cup.
Oh my God, you're this fucking stupid. Yes, you've thrown the cup in the air. Without gravity, without an outside force pushing it back down, it's going to keep going up.
What I've been trying to say is, why do objects, when they are more dense in a less dense medium, why do they go down towards to the ground and not up whenever you let
I
go
don't
of
know
it?
how am I going to make this more
So you can't fucking explain it because there is no explanation for it.
clear. Displacement ratios.
Which only happens because of gravity.
No,
Gravity's
which
pulling
only
harder on
happens
denser
because
objects.
it can't displace you can't occupy the same space.
Jesus
Everything has
Christ. Holy
space
shit.
that it takes up.
You're talking
You
about
can't
electron
occupy the
degeneracy.
space. Gas in my hand cannot be in the same place as this cup at the same time.
Oh my God, he's stupid. He just can't comprehend it. He just can't fucking understand why his bullshit doesn't work.
You get
Right,
it.
you're talking
So
about
look, my
electron
hand is
degeneracy.
going. My hand and the cup is trying to displace each other. They can't physically be in the same space at the same time.
Because of electron
absolutely sweet bugger all
degeneracy.
to do with gravity.
You're right. You're right. You not being able to punch a hole through the cup has nothing to do with gravity. That's why I'm not trying to talk about that. You're talking about electron degeneracy. I don't know if you know what that is, but that's the reason objects can't really go inside of each other, because electrons repel each other. But I'm trying to talk about the force. You're sorry because you can't divert the topic away from the thing that we're talking about.
So is general relativity false?
No.
No.
But general relativity specifically says there's no force.
No, yes. General relativity says that, but we don't go by general relativity on Earth.
I don't know what it says, but I know a lot of smart people say that
I know
it is
what it
true.
says. That's why I'm telling you what it says.
No, you don't. You're an idiot. You're not a smart person in any way, shape, or form, Flatzoid. You've proven it today.
I don't know.
You proved it when you said that the center of mass of a bowling ball changes when you pull a pebble away.
Whether I don't know
After saying you're really good at physics.
the semantics of whether gravity is considered a force or not, but I
God,
don't know why
damn
I'm
it.
getting bogged down
It
in the
hasn't been
semantics.
seen as a force for 110 years.
That's a lie, Flatzoid. That's a lie.
General relativity specifically states gravity is not an actual force. It's only
That's
apparent.
not to say it's not a real thing. That just means
It's not a force.
that's not Einstein saying it's not a real thing. It's just not what we thought it was.
Einstein was telling you that Newton's force of gravity doesn't exist.
No, he's not. No, he didn't. He fucking didn't, because he uses Newtonian gravity in general relativity, dipshit.
It's not actually a force.
he was not saying that. You're just
yes,
lying.
it is. So when this
No.
cup, according to Einstein, when this cup falls to the ground, it's not actually falling. It is. That's what's got 0g. It is only appearing to fall because the ground is going up to meet it. It's taking.
No, it's not what he says. That's a thought experiment, dipshit. That's a fucking thought experiment. Based on reference frames. On relative reference frames. You dumb motherfucker.
Taking a curved
Jesus
geodesic
Christ.
appearing to be a straight path.
Holy shit, he's dumb.
Okay, so the ground is moving up a very minute amount, but the cup is the one that is mostly moving.
The cup's not moving at all according to general relativity.
No, that's not. Jesus fucking Christ.
Okay,
That's not what general relativity says.
but generally speaking, would you say that the Earth is moving up or the cup is moving down?
None. There's nothing
General relativity doesn't say the cup isn't moving. It's saying it's moving in a parabolic fashion.
happening. When I hold this cup, nothing's moving.
So
When I let it
neither
go,
the
the
Earth
cup
or the
like
cup
that.
is
is
moving?
dropping. When I let it go, the cup is physically dropping because
Right.
it's physically accelerating because it cannot hold its own weight due to the displacement ratio. So the medium
Again, show us the math with this displacement ratio in it.
is not dense enough to be able to hold it. This is why you can have something, let's say polystyrene. It's less dense than the cup, but I can rested on polystyrene. Why? Because it's able to displace it because it's a solid.
Right. Okay. It seems like we're not getting over this, but that does
No.
make me want to ask a question.
And you will not get anywhere on this because Flatzoid is fucking dumb and he thinks he's smarter than everybody.
What is
So no matter what evidence you present to him, he's going to think he knows more about it. It's going to be wrong because it's not what he thinks.
weight?
Weight is just simply the product of the medium, of the density to mass.
What is so weight?
How much stuff is compacted in a volume and then packaged, if I put it that way, because I'm not going to say gravity because that's exactly what you want to put in.
Weight is how strongly an object is being pulled down to the earth.
Again, gravity is not a force. It does not do that. But
Jesus fuck. Yes, it is, and yes, it does.
I got a question for you, though.
So why is everyone saying that gravity is a thing, and you're the one guy who says they're not?
Because I've been saying to you, gravity has never gone through the science to claim to
Yes, it
be
has.
science.
It's been
You
tested.
haven't
It's
given me
been worked.
Where?
I can't
There
give
is
you.
no-
I can't give you specific. Well, maybe I can't give you specific examples. Why are we able to program satellites to traverse a specific orbit?
Yeah, space is a violation of natural law. I don't think this guy was prepared.
Using Einstein's equations, and yet they are
Narnia.
able to traverse the path that we want them to. We
In
use
Narnia.
Einstein's equation.
No, in real life, asshole. In real life.
I in Narnia. I remember you saying that. No, I'm not in Narnia. That's not a good
No,
example.
I'm saying that's where your satellites are claiming to be, in a place that violates natural law.
How? What? I'm talking about how people have programmed satellites using Einstein's equations to traverse a specific path, and they traverse that
Einstein's
path.
equations use a flat baseline. It says space is flat.
No, they don't. We use
Yes,
a
it
global.
does.
We
You
use a
keep
global
telling
system.
me you don't know general relativity, yet you
Why
want
is
to
it called
tell
a
me what
GPS then?
relativity says.
I have a rough idea what it is. You're trying to deny what
I
relativity
know more
is.
than you on it. That's for
No,
sure.
you don't, because you're saying that Einstein says that gravity is not a real thing. That's what you're trying to derive from
I
relativity.
said Einstein says gravity is not a force.
Right, but you were saying a minute ago that it's not a real thing.
I'm saying it's not a real thing because it hasn't been shown to be real. There hasn't been any validation for your claims.
I'm saying that you said that Einstein said it's not real.
Einstein said gravity is not a force.
No, he didn't. In general relativity, he said gravity is not a force. But in Newtonian physics, he said gravity is one of the primal forces that keeps this universe together. So, you're a fucking liar.
Right?
You understand that?
Yes, I know what you mean by that. It's technically.
So which one are you
not
going
a
to
force.
ascribe to? Newtonian physics? That says that's
Einstein letter to the University of London. Or not University of London. That wasn't it. To the London Times. Is it London Times? Newspaper. Nope, that isn't it. That's New York Times. I thought it was. It was London Times, right? What the fuck? Oh, to the London Times. Is that it? Where is it? I'm not even sure this is the same letter. No one must think that Newton's great creation can be overthrown in any real sense by this or by any other theory. His clear and wide ideas will forever retain their significance as the foundation on which our modern concepts of physics have been built. He did not supersede Newton, you dumb motherfucker.
Classical mechanics that says force of gravity, or Einsteinian gravity that superseded Newtonian gravity 110 years ago.
Nope. Right there. No one must think that Newton's great creation can be overthrown, superseded in any real sense by this or any other theory.
It says no, gravity is not a force. It only appears to be a force because of
Hey, Tiny Captain.
its geodesic path appearing to take a straight path.
Okay, regardless of the semantics, things still fall down. Gravity is still a thing. It is still a thing that we observe.
Sorry, you haven't shown me evidence that gravity has done this. I'm telling you, things are falling down
Nah, people have shown you evidence, you liar.
because of relative density disequilibrium.
I don't
You are
need to
saying
show
things are
you
falling
evidence.
down because of gravity. I am able to make a scientific hypothesis and experiment explaining how relative density causes this. You are just able to say,
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just making excuses.
because people say so.
Yes, I find it hard to believe that hundreds of thousands of people over like the past several hundred years saying the same thing are wrong, and you're right. Do
Okay.
you not realize like the
Were you taught gravity is
ego
real?
on you?
Were you taught gravity is real?
Yes.
Does it make it real?
Yes, it does. You know what makes it real? This makes it real.
Not necessarily, but when you have hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people saying the same thing that are all smart,
Did everybody go through the same educational system teaching gravity is real?
pretty much, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just admit
You know what nobody's ever taught? Flat Earth.
that it doesn't make it real. So just because you taught it's real
I
doesn't
said it
mean
doesn't
it's real.
necessarily make it real. That doesn't mean it's not real, though.
Right. We can confirm it, though. That's the thing. See, we've been taught this, but then we can take the things that we've been taught, and then we can confirm that they're honest, that they match reality, that they aren't a lie.
Do you know anything about string theory?
Jesus fucking Christ, man! You don't know what a fucking variable is, and you want to talk about string theory? Baby steps, motherfucker.
Oh, I know nothing
Jesus
about it.
Christ.
It's like the theory of everything or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, every time they find problems, they just add another dimension. So they've already got to 12 dimensions.
That's not what string theory is. String theory is the effort to unify electromagnetism with gravity. That's what it is. Or electromagnetism with something else. It's to unify, it's to basically create a unified field theory. Something that unifies everything into one theory.
Because
I'm pretty sure string theory is not really widely accepted, so I don't know why we're
No, it's not. No.
talking about it. I've heard
right,
that
so
it's
you
widely
understand
accepted.
string theory is bogus.
No, it's just not widely accepted.
I wouldn't say I understand, but I heard bits and pieces of people
Okay,
saying that they
okay.
don't.
It's theoretical physics. Gravity isn't theoretical physics.
Think it's correct.
Did those string theorists go through the education system and learn about string theory as true?
No, they didn't. They didn't. This is a new thing, man. You aren't taught string theory is true in school. That's something you learn. That's something you get into after you get out of school.
I don't think they did. No.
Yes, they did. Yes, they
No, they didn't. No. Kids in high school aren't taught theoretical physics, man.
did. That's literally why they're string theorists. They had to
Maybe
go
they
to-
teach it in college. Yeah,
They
sure.
had to go
but
to university and everything to do it. Now,
No, you don't have to go. You don't have to do that to go to university. That's not a subject. That's not a required subject in university. Holy fuck! He did never been to a science class in his fucking life, has he?
Now, are you claiming they're all wrong?
No, I'm not saying they're wrong.
You just
That's
said
not
it's
the
bogus.
basis of my argument. That's not the basis of my argument.
And no, he didn't say they're bogus. You said it's bogus.
The basis of my argument is okay. We have hundreds of thousands of people.
See, he can't answer as to why things fall down. So he fucking obfuscating and fucking deflecting off to string theory, something he definitely doesn't under fucking stand.
Millions of people across hundreds of years saying the same thing. I find it hard to believe that they're wrong. Like,
Okay.
He isn't even smart enough to go to university to sell drugs, let alone go to learn anything.
it's not a surefire way to verify if something.
The only reason people go to university is to learn or sell drugs.
Something's true or not, but it's like 99%. So I really don't see a reality in which all these people.
Okay, let's do another way. Have you ever heard of Flastogen before?
No. What is that?
Flastogen used to be the belief or the cause for fire.
What does this have to do with this?
Everybody was taught Flastogen was the cause for fire. Everybody.
I mean, phlogiston. Not Ferguson. Jesus fucking Christ, you fucking idiot. Phlogiston. The phlogiston theory superseded scientific theory, postulated the existence of a fire-like element dubbed phlogiston. When was this? What year was this? 1703. 1700s. Yeah. So nobody in school is taught that phlogiston is real. So your theory of that we're taught this in school is bullshit.
Everybody believed it. The whole earth believed this. Flastogen was the cause for fire.
Right.
Does it mean
Well, not everybody, because someone proved it wrong. Isn't that weird?
Flastogen was real?
No.
Yeah, at the time. Yeah, at the time they thought it was real. They thought that some imaginary thing, some element, a fire-like element contained within combustible bodies and released during combustion. The name comes from ancient Greek, phlogiston, whatever, burning up. Funny symbols. First proposed in 1667 by John. See, that's why we don't go by what the ancients thought, dipshit. That's why we don't rely on what the ancients said.
Great.
We can be wrong
Jesus
about
Christ.
things. But that doesn't
So
mean
just
that what we
because
know right
thousands
now
of
is wrong.
people, just because hundreds of thousands of people, millions of people say gravity's real, that doesn't make gravity real then?
Right. No one's proved it wrong yet. So, yes, those people are right. Up until 1706, no one proved phlogiston wrong. So, yes, it was correct. Unless you have a better explanation with math and with more evidence than gravity, fucking present it, man. Then go win a goddamn Nobel Peace Prize. Or a Pulitzer, or whatever. No, Pulitzer is journalism. Go win a Nobel Peace Prize, dude. You will be the most famous person on the fucking planet. Do it. Anthony Riley couldn't, and he came up with it. So, give it a shot, buddy.
The difference is that we can test that gravity is real. We can't test that whatever theory you're
Test
talking
it.
about.
That's what I'm saying. Test it then. Give me a scientific hypothesis and experiment for gravity. You haven't been able
The Cavendish, you fucking liar.
to get
There
past,
is
I see things accelerate.
I just explained to you the satellite thing.
Is
We
it Pulitzer?
program
Okay.
satellites with Einstein's
Sorry,
equations.
we haven't even got there yet. We didn't even got there yet. I want you now to go
I
through the
don't need to.
scientific method with me and show me this cup accelerating is due to gravity.
Okay. The Cavendish experiment paper. There we go. That can't be. Let's see. Royal Society. Here we go. Experiments to determine the density of the Earth. At abstract rate 11, John Mitchell and Society contrived a method for determining the density of the Earth by rendering sensible attraction of small quantities of matter. Basically going through the Cavendish experiment. So yeah, that's an experiment proving that gravity is real. So
Due to gravity. Well, go through the scientific method. Okay.
So show us any scientific papers. Show us the scientific method and the repeatability of your claim, Flatzoid, that of relative density disequilibrium. You know, this won't do. This won't do. That's gravity.
I observe that when I let go of the cup, it falls. Okay, something must be pulling it down, right? So I make a prediction. Something.
Why
No?
must something
Yeah.
pulling it down?
Well, that's the observation, right? We observe that it falls into the ground.
No,
Right.
you observe a cup falling. You don't observe things pulling it. You don't observe things pushing it. You just
That's what I
observe
just said. I
it.
observed the cup falling down. So I conclude, oh, why is it falling down? Things don't just move on their own like that. There must be something pulling it down.
Okay, so
prediction
what's the cause? What's the cause for this falling down?
Some.
See, just like Craig said last night. Let's see. This is I know this has mass, and this is a small mass. And oh wait, there's a big mass under me that we call the Earth. So that big mass must be attracting this little mass to it. Why are you lying, Flatzoid, saying that no one's presented you anything?
Some force, because things don't
Okay,
move.
I mean, do you not have that good a memory between one day to the next? Because Craig schooled your ass, but you're not able to be schooled. You're not able to be educated. You're unwilling to be educated. That's why you're fucking dumber than dog shit.
Are you great? And what is the cause for this force?
Mass and distance between the two objects.
No, that's not the cause for force.
Yeah, it is. It is. Yes. So you just deny it. He answered your question, and you already you knew beforehand you were going to say nah.
So what is
Because
it?
I have a mass now, and it's a distance. It's not falling.
Okay.
A mass sitting just there has a distance from something is not moving. So that's not the cause for acceleration to the ground.
It's always under acceleration to the ground. That's why it's sitting on the thing and not floating in the fucking air, pal.
Yes.
You understand with science, you have to physically manipulate the cause. So the cause is
No, you don't have to physically manipulate the cause for science.
a force of acceleration. What is that force of acceleration so you can manipulate it?
Gravity.
Sorry, gravity hasn't been shown yet. You're making an
Like I said, the
already
satellites.
jumping the gun. You're saying it's an accelerator force. So how are you going to manipulate that accelerator force to say there is an accelerator force?
Manipulate? How are we going to manipulate the force of gravity? Why are we talking about manipulating things?
Exactly. How are you going to manipulate the force of gravity? That's my whole point. So then
By turning the vector of gravity sideways. By isolating it to horizontal to its normal direction.
again, this
By
is
changing
why
the
gravity
distance,
is not
but-
science, because
That's why you will remain stupid, because you didn't read the Cavendish experiment. You don't understand it, so you don't know that.
it hasn't gone through the scientific method to
It has.
explain the science.
It has. We basically
Where's-
base everything we
where?
do off of, like I said, satellites.
Satellites are not based on the force of gravity. Again,
Yes, they
you
are.
trying. No, it's
We
not.
use Einstein's
It's
equations
based-
to.
which is not the force of gravity.
What?
It's
You don't
not
know
a
what it means
force.
about it covers gravity. Yes, it may not be a force.
Einstein's
mechanically,
general relativity says gravity is not a force. You are
Not in general.
fighting for
It may not say
gravity
it's a
as
force,
a
but it's
force.
still a thing.
Jesus.
It doesn't say that gravity is a thing. That's what it seems
I'm going to try and stop repeating myself.
like you're trying to say.
No, you are fighting for gravity as a force. When you
It doesn't-
invoke general relativity, it means gravity is not a force. They are two different
Right.
things.
Right. He may be saying that it's not a force, but it is a phenomenon that we still observe where things move because of mass and distance. So it's a thing whether it's a thing whether or not you want to call it a force, it still happens. Why are we're getting bogged down in
Okay.
semantics?
No, can a thing be a force and not a force at the same time?
No, it depends on what you mean by force.
So it's the contradiction then.
I guess whatever. Okay, I don't know the specific semantics, but it is still a thing regardless. That's what I'm trying to get at. There is still something that is.
That's my point, Stephen. That's why he can't find a lot of people to debate him, because no one wants to debate him, because he's fucking stupid. He's ignorant, and he's fucking he's a narcissist. He thinks that everything he thinks is correct and everyone else is wrong. He just says, nuh-uh, just hand wave dismisses everything presented to him. And he thinks people are scared of him. No, people are just fed up with him.
Gravity is not a thing. That's the whole point.
So
just claiming it's a thing doesn't make it a thing.
But objects.
Right. Yes. Just claiming RDD doesn't make it a thing. And you and Anthony Riley are basically the only ones saying this shit. Right? Anthony Riley came up with it. So just because Anthony Riley says it's a thing doesn't make it a thing. But physics has established that gravity is a thing. That makes it a thing.
Fall.
Yes. And you haven't given a viable hypothesis and scientific experiment to say it is based on gravity of why it falls.
Relativity explains why things fall to the ground. And we have verified that relativity is a thing.
You don't even know what relativity is, yet you want to claim this.
It is the
By the way, general relativity is only a mathematical base. It's a thought experiment made by Einstein.
You know what a theory is?
Thought experiment.
It's not just a thought experiment. You know what a theory
is?
is?
How did it become a theory? Do you know what a scientific theory is?
Yes.
What's a
scientific theory? It's an explanation of a series of observations and laws.
No.
It's essentially what it is, yeah?
To be a scientific theory, it would have to go through the scientific method. It would have to be validated.
Okay. But you say it hasn't been validated and taken through the scientific method, so how can it be called a theory? But they call it a theory. Why do you think they call it a theory?
It hasn't gone through the scientific method.
Yes, it has.
How did general relativity get through the scientific method?
I don't know the specific historical events, but satellites is one of the easiest ways to know.
Let's first start again with general relativity.
Was general relativity put through the scientific method? Yes, general relativity was indeed put through the scientific method. As Einstein developed a hypothesis based on his understanding of physics, made predictions that could be tested through observation, and those predictions were later confirmed by experiments like the 1919 solar eclipse observation, which validated the theory's accuracy by measuring the bending of light near the sun, thus demonstrating the scientific method in action. So you're lying again, Flatzoid. You're a pathetic, pathological fucking liar.
Relativity from observation.
Why do you keep ignoring the satellites thing?
How do you observe general relativity?
Why do you hate the satellites thing? I've asked you that question a million times. I've made that point a million times, but you just divert every single time.
You don't even know what general relativity is. So I'm trying to make a point on
I'm not
show
going to pretend to
that
be
you
an
just
expert.
claim me. Dude, I know more than you do, clearly. So I'm going to ask.
Clearly you don't. You clearly fucking don't. See, that's his problem there. I clearly know more than you. But he doesn't. He proves that he doesn't. Listen to this fucking narcissistic piece of shit.
You hate the satellites thing. I've asked you that question a million times. I've made that point a million times, but you just divert every single time.
Dude, you don't even know what general relativity is. So I'm trying to make a point on
I'm not
show
going to pretend to
that
be
you
an
just
expert.
claim me. Dude, I know more than you do, clearly. So I'm going to ask.
I'm not sure you do, because you're saying that gravity is not a thing because Einstein
It's
said
not a
force.
thing. Even
It's
an illusion. Even in general relativity, gravity is an illusion. Wait. Even in general relativity, gravity is an illusion. Do you know?
Gravity's an illusion. It's just an illusion. Yeah. Jump out of a third-story window and tell me how real that illusion is.
Do you know who Eric Verlinde is? Do you know Eric Verlinde?
No.
He says gravity doesn't exist.
Who is he? How do you spell his last
He's
name?
a physicist, the top physicist today. He calls it entropic gravity. He says gravity doesn't actually exist.
I imagine you're misquoting him. He probably acknowledges that there is a force, or there is something that's pulling. There is a reason that objects fall to the ground.
Okay, so a whack job thinks gravity is something other than what it's been tested as.
Okay, I just want to quickly read my 2 super chats while you're going to look that up. I just want to appreciate all you guys coming. Please hit the like, share the show. Roger Ledwell for a $2 super chat says, mining is hard if there is no gold at the bottom. That's true. And Tony Whitcomb for his £10 super chat, he says, hey Einstein, you can pull a chair from underneath me, but I won't fall due to gravity as I tighten my muscles, so I'm still in sitting position. No gravity involved. Appreciate all the super chats. You guys rock. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Roger.
Secret
Really
issue, man.
appreciate
Satellite red herring, even though I've like done very few diversions. Categorically less diversions. There is no gravitational pull. Flying pigs are a thing. Okay. It shows the state of our education system. Yeah, I agree. This guy really doesn't understand anything. It does show the state of our education system.
Absolutely.
Can't be true because consensus says it seems like these people don't know what consensus means.
Oh, yes, we know what consensus is, and that's
What does
all
it
you
mean?
guys have at the end of the day is consensus. Can you quickly read on screen here what this is?
The fact
Yes, consensus is an integral part of the scientific method, dipshit.
that you're acting like consensus is a weak argument proves you don't know what it is.
It is. It's appeal to consensus. It's actually a fallacious argument.
Appeal to consensus.
Yes, that's.
Do you know how
fallacy
scientific
of-
consensus is reached? Through the
Do you even know what
scientific
science is, dude?
You seem to have a firm belief in the scientific method. And
Yes, I
you
do.
reach consensus through the
Scientific
scientific method.
There is no such thing as an opinion when it comes to scientific method. You
Correct.
guys have
Which is
maybe-
What is wrong with Eric Berlin's entropic gravity? See, Eric Berlin gravity does not exist. Eric Verlinde gravity does not exist. Oh, that guy? So where is that? Here it is. What is wrong with Eric Verlinde's entropic gravity? Entropic gravity is an intriguing hypothesis that seeks to explain gravity as entropic force emerging from changes in information and entropy. However, there are several issues and open questions with this theory. No verification. Ah, fucker. Berlin's entropic gravity apparently does an extremely good job of describing, in many instances, the phenomena which are currently attributed to the existence of dark matter, but there is a lot of observations that his proposals either do not describe or currently do not describe as well as the dark matter. So it's about dark matter. It's not about Newtonian gravity.
My consensus is correct.
It's about dark matter.
Consensus is subjective. Consensus is subjective, not objective. Therefore, it's not science. It's
Subjective?
pseudoscience.
Scientific consensus is subjective.
Yes.
But we get to it through
Based on
the scientific
opinion.
method.
It's based
We
on
get-
opinion.
No,
Well
it's not.
done.
We get to it.
No, it's not. Consensus is based on experimentation. See, in order to come to a consensus, you have to be able to repeat the experiment.
through
Okay.
the
Yes,
scientific
it
method.
is.
No, it's not. We get to it through
Remember,
the scientific
remember I
method.
spoke about Flastogen? That went through science, quote unquote.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. That's why
No,
it
it
was based
didn't.
on
It's just I don't
scientific
believe people have
consensus.
probably.
No, it didn't.
Oh my word! It was scientific consensus. Anyway, read what it says here. Remember,
but
I
we
spoke
didn't know
about
that
Eric
much,
Berlin, and you said I'm just misrepresenting him. For me, gravity doesn't
Yeah, everyone believing something is not the same thing as scientific consensus.
exist, said Dr. Verlinde.
That's just a way of saying that he has a different way of thinking about it. He's not saying that the force doesn't exist. He acknowledges that things fall down.
Everybody says things fall down.
So
Even
what
I
is the
do.
explanation?
It's not it Jesus Christ, I'll repeat it again. It's not about Newtonian physics, it's about dark matter.
Relative density
Fuck
disequilibrium.
Right,
me.
which is caused by gravity. Things don't just tensor.
Oh, sorry.
fall
Okay,
down
show
because
me
of gravity.
gravity and relative density disequilibrium. Go ahead.
Okay, so denser objects that are lighter than the medium that they are in, they fall down. They're pulled towards the Earth because of
There's no
gravity.
pulling in relative density disequilibrium.
Okay.
Right or wrong?
Okay, but it moves
Well, then you're fucked up because things get pulled toward the earth, dumb shit.
down, right?
Sorry.
Oh, there's no pulling. I deny that.
I asked you relative density disequilibrium. You're telling me to know more about relative density disequilibrium, and or you're moving
I
to
don't know.
specific gravity.
That's not a fucking thing, man. Relative density disequilibrium doesn't exist. It's made up by Anthony Riley. Nowhere in any physics book will you find that. Ever. It's made up by you dumb motherfuckers.
Well, you're like confused about what's causing it. You don't realize
I'm
that
not
gravity
confused
is
by
taking
anything. I
part
know.
in here.
You see, this is the issue I have with you guys. The cognitive dissonance that you guys have is insanely bad.
Even though you
project
ignore the
ignorance-
Cognitive dissonance. You're gonna claim cognitive dissonance on us? Okay. So you're arguing something that some dumb motherfucker made up, and you think it's real, and you're going to talk about cognitive dissonance.
You always project your ignorance onto me because you guys don't understand something. That doesn't make me ignorant. It makes you ignorant.
But
So
you know,
again, I'm
doesn't
going to ask
ignoring the satellite example I provided, diverting everything.
the satellite you are claiming is based on Einsteinian gravity, which is not a force. You are fighting for a force. Do you understand the difference?
But we use the equations that relativity has, right? And
Which is not a force.
Okay, but we use the equations that relativity offers,
And RDT isn't a force either, dumb shit.
right? Einstein's
Okay, so are you throwing Newton
God
away?
damn it, man.
Great. Are we throwing Newton away then?
No.
Then how can you claim?
We still use
gravity
his
is
equations,
a
and like obviously it breaks down at certain points, but we still use his equations.
Great. So does that make it real? Do equations make something?
Yes. Equations confirm that things are real, man. You don't know math. That's the problem. You're a dumb motherfucker. You think that there's 3,500 meters or 3,500 meters in 35 kilometers, something like that. You're dumb. You're fucking stupid.
Real.
And your hero Kiwi agrees with you.
If it's repeatable, yeah.
Sorry. What if I just change G to pixie dust? Does that mean?
You can't do that. Same way as you can't just change apples to oranges. See, that's not allowed in science. You can't just change shit. You have to have a reason to change it. Show us that pixies are real, and then we'll allow you to exchange it with pixie dust.
I mean, it's
or 350,000.
pixie
Yeah.
dust causing it.
No, the
But the
difference
equation
is
says
that
wait,
we use
but the
math
equation
and we repeat it.
The equation says it's pixie dust and it's repeat.
But the equation has to be repeatable. I have to be able to find pixie dust and repeat your experiment with it.
No, what? The equation
Yeah,
says.
pixie dust causes this cup to fall to the ground. I have my
What are you
equation.
trying to say?
I have my equation. Pixie dust says this cup falls to the ground. Therefore, it's repeatable. Therefore, pixie dust is the cause for.
Okay, take that equation, create a scientific experiment, and put it in a form, write it into a paper, where I can read that paper and repeat that experiment with pixie dust.
The cup falling to the floor.
The difference is that the equation, whether or not the equation is repeatable.
Yeah, the equation is repeatable. Pixie dust causes this to fall. It's
You know
repeatable.
what
I can use
repeatable
it.
means? Repeatable doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over and saying that it happens over and over. You have to change different things. You have to change elevation. You have to change the mass of the
I'll change elevation. So
That's
the same thing.
that's not.
I'll
it's not
change the
gonna be good
object.
enough. That's
Okay,
not
let's
gonna
change
be-
the weight.
That's not going to work.
That's the same thing.
Because the density and difference,
Pixie dust caused it. Pixie
the
dust
mass of
caused
the
it.
difference
Thank
is
Wow, he is dumber than fuck.
negligible. The difference in the mass.
He
and
is
the
dumber than
Should I just
dog
change the
shit.
variables and it gave the same effect?
Yes,
Because
but it's
force
negligible.
was
The
pixie
difference is
dust.
negligible, so it's not going to matter.
The point I'm making
be
is
right
just
back.
because they place G into an equation does not mean that G actually exists.
It does, though, when
No,
you can repeat
because
it.
G is only attributed to an observation made. The observation made is this acceleration. They call that G. That doesn't mean gravity is real. The problem comes when you're just affirming that correlation now as gravity and claiming, look, now we have a sphere because of gravity. Now we have this because of gravity. You haven't shown gravity to be true. Just because a G is in an equation doesn't mean it's real.
G is the downward acceleration. That's the speed at which things accelerate downward. That's G. That's gravity. It exists. You can measure it. Fuck you. God, what a fucking intolerable person.
Superman can do the equation. It doesn't make it real.
But we know relativity is correct.
Relativity works on certain functions because it's explaining, just like relative density disequilibrium, the air around it is displaced. It's moving around, so the object is
That's not relative. That's not fucking general relativity. We don't use general relativity on Earth, motherfucker.
able to accelerate.
Jesus
My
fucking
relative
Christ.
density disequilibrium comes more scientific than your Newtonian gravity.
Oh my God. Oh fucking holy. What the fuck did you just say?
But
Around, so the object is
gravity.
able to accelerate.
because of gravity.
My relative density disequilibrium comes more scientific than your Newtonian gravity.
Okay, then show us in any fucking physics book relative density disequilibrium. Okay? Show any paper, any book, anything scientific that shows that it comes more scientific. Please. Just because you and Anthony Riley made this shit up, it doesn't trump physics, motherfucker.
But you can use the Newtonian, you can use Newton's equations to figure out the rate that it falls, and it falls at that rate.
I don't know how to make this clear to you. The
don't know how
equation
you're gonna do it.
doesn't mean it's a force. It's an attribution given
No, the equation is measuring the force, dipshit.
to an observation.
Right.
So when we understand things fall, and because they call it gravity, doesn't mean gravity's real.
I'm not saying that because he created an equation, it must.
Just because things fall doesn't mean that things falling is real. That's what gravity is, things falling, the measurement of things falling, the rate at which things fall. That's what gravity is. So just because things fall doesn't mean the rate at which they fall is real. Do you even listen to yourself?
Must be right. I'm saying that we know relativity is correct because of, for example, the satellite thing. We've done so many things to verify.
Where's the
that
satellite?
relativity is
Okay,
correct.
where's the satellite established? Where have you
Finally,
seen it?
you want to talk about it.
Satellites are in fucking space, motherfucker.
You can just look it up. Let's look it up here. I'm gonna search.
Where, no, I'm asking, where are the satellites?
Where are the satellites? Orbiting the Earth, the spherical Earth.
Orbiting.
Yeah.
The sphere.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes, you stupid motherfucker. Yes. Stop looking confused.
What sphere are they orbiting? And where are they orbiting?
I don't know the exact.
It's orbiting the Earth, stupid. Oh my God, how old are you? You know, you should have learned all this shit in high school, man. What the fuck happened to you?
Positions, but they're like miles and miles and miles up, and they're orbiting at like tens of thousands of miles per hour.
So are they on Earth or are they in space, as you call them?
No, they're in space.
They're still subject to Earth's gravity, so I'd say on Earth, yeah.
So satellites are in Earth's
No, they're not on Earth.
system.
I'd say so, yeah. They're orbiting the Earth. They're just,
And how do you
moving away
orbit
from it as far as they're falling to it, so they stay in orbit.
Nice. So they're not in space then?
Okay, I know where you're trying to. I think I see where you're trying to go.
Yes, they are in space. They have to go really fast to be in orbit.
No, I agree. They're not in space. I agree. Now let's move to the orbiting. Do you know the orbiting falls off of a horizontal plane?
Say what? Say what? Orbiting falls off a horizontal plane.
Yes, I agree. Now let's move to the orbiting. Do you know the orbiting falls off of a horizontal plane?
No, it doesn't.
Orbiting falls off a what?
Orbiting satellites. The
Right.
distances are based upon a horizontal plane.
No, they aren't. No, they aren't. No, they aren't.
What are
That
you saying?
z-axis, the z-axis is a
Right.
distance to the surface.
Right, that's not a horizontal plane.
Their z-axis is a distance to the surface.
Which is based off a horizontal.
No, it's not. Not a horizontal plane. It's based on an altitude above sea level.
When you say z, do you mean up and down or forward and back?
Up and down.
Up and down.
The distance
Yeah.
away. Okay, let's take
That's
a
their altitude.
geostationary satellite.
Right? Yeah.
Is it a fixed distance from the Earth's surface?
Yeah.
A geostationary satellite. Do you mean like a satellite made by humans or a natural satellite?
Geostationary satellite just means it's not moving. It stays exactly the geographical position always.
I'm not really sure. There's
Yeah, correct.
such a thing as a geostationary satellite.
Okay,
Is it
I'll
always
rest.
tall-
Yes, there
Okay,
are.
so
Straight
he
down.
wants to talk about satellites, which he doesn't even know what satellites is. He wants to talk about gravity, he doesn't know anything about gravity. He wants to talk about physics, which he clearly has no idea what's going on.
Okay, but you don't know what relativity is saying now.
Stop telling me what I know and don't know when I'm having to educate you.
My lord, I'm educating you.
You're not educating. You're just spreading misinformation to
I'm
people on
sure.
the internet.
What misinformation? The guy that doesn't know what's going on is telling me I don't know what's going on, then telling me
Right, you don't know what's going on. You're a fucking moron, Flatzoid. You're a goddamn dipshit.
I'm just
I
lying.
don't know what's going on. Yeah, you are lying.
Tell me what exactly I got wrong. Go ahead.
Well, gravity, physics, relativity, Newton, everything. You've gotten everything wrong, Flatzoid. Everything wrong. All the time.
Well, you said that Einstein said that gravity is not real. What you're trying
No,
to do is you're taking
again,
those
I never
quotes and
once
you're
said
turning
that.
it
I
into
said
trying to
Einstein said
discredit
gravity is
gravity.
not a force. Say that one more time. Say one more time.
At some
because
point, I
you are
remember
lying.
you saying that
Stop
some
lying.
scientist said that gravity is not real. You said something like that. You said something along
Again.
the lines of that.
He lies 24/7, and he asks people, "What? Tell me when I lie." How much time do you have, man?
Gravity doesn't exist. Okay?
That's
That
what
was
you
Eric Linda. That was his actual statement.
He's not saying that there isn't something causing some
Right, he's talking about dark matter, dumb fuck, not Newtonian gravity, not Newtonian physics. Holy shit.
people
I
that fall
never
to the
said
earth.
he never said that.
So
Again,
what are you
just-
saying then? Are you saying we have
I'm
a
telling
wrong
you,
idea about
gravity
gravity?
is not a force, and gravity doesn't exist. And based on general relativity, gravity is not a force, and it is.
So then you're saying that gravity isn't real. You said it. How can he say that he doesn't say it doesn't exist when he says it isn't real or whatever? What the fuck are you talking about, man?
It is literally only showing you have no idea what's going on.
But there is still something causing objects to apparently
I
fall to the
agree,
ground.
and that's why we go through the scientific method, where your gravity hasn't gone through the scientific method
And
to make
relativity
that claim.
describes gravity and it has gone through the
And RDD hasn't gone through the scientific method either. So, but rules for thee, not rules for we, for rules for thee, but not for me, right?
scientific method. It is a rigorous theory.
Give me, go look up a scientific hypothesis and experiment for gravity for me. Go ahead.
Scientific I don't need to. I got satellites to point to.
Show me one, because I've been in this for like 10 years now, and no one has been able to offer me a valid scientific hypothesis.
I don't
and
know what
experiment.
You're a liar, Flatzoid. You're a fucking liar. Everybody has shown you scientific evidence of gravity, scientific validation of gravity. Every single person you've asked. But you deny it every single time. So therefore, nobody's done it, right?
Hypothesis.
You know, you want to talk about living in Narnia? You own a bed and breakfast in Narnia, dude. You are the concierge of the top left Mount Stupid fucking hotel.
Einstein went through. I'm not him. I'm not as smart as him.
Einstein didn't go through a scientific hypothesis. That's why it's not scientific. It was a
No, he
thought
did. That's why it's a
experiment. He did. It's not a scientific theory because he hasn't gone
It
through the
is called
scientific
the theory of
method to make
relativity.
a theory.
Why is it called the theory of relativity then? Why is every
Because
smart
it's
person say the theory of relativity?
pseudoscience. It masquerades as
So you're right,
science.
and all these smart people are wrong.
Oh my damn.
Yes, he's right, and all smart people are wrong. That's absolutely correct. At least that's what he thinks.
People who study physics for a living are wrong, and you're wrong. And you're
I
right.
never said they're wrong. I said
That's
they're
kind of
Yes, you are saying they're wrong. When you say you're right about it and they're not, you're saying they're wrong.
what you're saying.
indoctrinated. Listen,
Which means that they're wrong.
because you study, no, because you have a belief that gravity exists, doesn't make it real. The physics works
Okay.
on the proponents of believing gravity is real, but it doesn't make gravity real.
Everything that relativity says happens. So how do you?
Oh, really?
explain that?
Everything that
Black
says
holes.
happens. Have you seen a white hole before?
What though?
A white hole.
What is that?
It's an opposite of a black hole.
Oh, a white hole. No, we haven't found it yet, but we discovered black holes.
Oh,
after
the general
Einstein
relativity,
theorized that
everything general relativity says happens, correct?
exists. So far, yeah.
Okay, how about a black hole?
Yeah, we found it.
Yeah.
Really?
With photos of them. We have two photos.
A Photoshop. Wait, a Photoshop image.
Photoshop, of
A
course.
photo.
Yeah, so
No, that's data, not Photoshop.
those researchers are lying, right?
Yeah.
Why are they lying?
That I am definitely saying they're lying because it's not a real photo.
So
There you go. Everyone's lying. Flatzoid isn't. Everyone's wrong. Flatzoid's right. What a pathetic piece of shit, man. See, it's this attitude is the reason why no one wants to fucking debate you, man.
the thousands and tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people across the globe today that are saying that relativity is correct, they're all lying.
Is there a picture of a black hole?
Yes, we have two.
Where?
Just search it up. I think we got one of Sagittarius A, the one at the center of the Milky Way. We got one of another one. Or I think maybe it's the same one. We got two
Oh,
different ones.
you mean a photoshopped image? Okay.
Why is it photoshopped? Answer my question. Do you think all the hundreds of thousands of scientists all over the
Because
world think
you
relativity is
know what
correct are lying?
data they accumulated for those
Are they lying?
images? Do you know what data they used to accumulate for those images?
Data they use, probably X-ray light. I don't know how the photos are.
It was literally binary. It was binary numbers, ones and zeros.
Okay, what does that have to?
And
what
they
does
placed
have
that
to do
together
with
to
the
draw.
photos?
Yeah, they placed it together to
Yeah,
draw
but it's still
the
real data.
image.
It's still real data. It doesn't mean it's
No.
Photoshop.
Oh, so they placed the binary data there to draw.
That doesn't mean it's fake. It doesn't mean they're lying.
Can you see a black hole?
You can see the result of a black hole. You can see the periphery of a black hole. But as you notice on the photos of the black hole, we can't see into the black hole.
No, because it literally light cannot escape from it.
Then
But you
how the
can
hell
see-
do you take a photo of something you can't see?
Let's see, because stuff that hasn't crossed the event horizon, that isn't moving faster than the speed that where light is being absorbed. Hey, Diver Dan. So we can see. So anything that's beyond that's outside of the event horizon can be seen. And if you look at photos of the black hole, you stupid dumb shit. Black hole.
Showing pictures that match.
See, if you'll notice, the area inside we can't see, but we can see the shit going off on the outside and obeying what general relativity states that it will do. God, you're fucking stupid. No, light can't escape a black hole, but this stuff hadn't gone in far enough to be pulled in by the black hole yet, so we can see it.
because
Fucking
the light that's not in the
dumbass.
black hole yet is still reaching your eyes. Have you
No,
ever
it's
seen a photo
not.
of a black hole eating a star?
There is no such thing as a black hole. That's the whole point.
There is.
Now I'm going to ask you another
Yes,
thing.
there is. Yes, there
You
is.
know
You
why
just
there's
have
a
to-
So, nuh-uh. More nuh-uh. That's all we've had from this dipshit today is nuh-uh.
deny it because
Do
it
you know?
just proves
Do you know why? Do you know why
Your
dark matter?
argument is, oh, it's
Do you know
not
why
real.
dark matter? Do you know why dark matter exists?
You know, saying something is real is not real doesn't
You
mean
know
it's
why
not real.
dark matter exists?
Because there's a lot of unaccounted for gravity in the universe.
No, because general relativity has been shown false. That's why.
No. General relativity has been shown lacking in its understanding of the universe.
No.
Yes.
There's just a lot of unaccounted for
You know
gravity.
why
It doesn't
they're
mean
pushing
it's not.
for-
It
do you
doesn't
know
mean
why
it's
they're
not
pushing-
correct.
Do you know why they've moved on to quantum gravity now?
Quantum, they haven't moved on.
Yes, they are.
No, they
They're
haven't.
moving on to quantum
they're not
gravity.
they're not moving on from relativity.
I'm sorry, but all I'm getting this whole night is you don't understand things. You don't know.
You don't understand things, Flatzoid. You're speaking from a place of ignorance. You do not know what you're fucking talking about. I've proven it every single time. You're a dumb motherfucker. You don't understand shit.
No,
And
you
then
don't understand. You're saying
I'm the
things
one
that
that-
scientists aren't
And all you've said all night is nah about everything.
saying. You're saying scientists are saying things that they're not saying.
Every time I
Scientists are
think
not
we
moving
get-
on from relativity.
Every
You're
time
just
I think we
lying.
get someone
You're lying.
done, every time we get someone I think is dumb, I find someone that actually supersedes that argument, that shows no. Dude,
So,
you have no idea
you're
what
just,
is
you're just lying. You've been lying the whole time. You're lying about what scientists
about what?
are saying.
What have I lied about?
That scientists are moving on.
About everything. That Newton superseded, or Einstein superseded Newton. That gravity isn't real. The density, that there's some explanation in your RDD bullshit for the downward acceleration. That you don't understand how potential energy works. Or kinetic energy. You don't understand how the laws of motion works. You just lied about them. You lied when you said you understand physics.
from relativity. They're nuts.
You've lied about the 11 frames. First you lied and said, oh, I didn't take anything out. Oh, then I took some frames out. Oh, then I didn't take any frames out, but I removed the curvature. You're a lying sack of shit.
Sorry?
Scientists are not moving on from relativity. That's
Yes,
what you
no.
lied about. No, they're not.
What have I lied on?
Whether scientists are moving on from relativity or not, they are not moving on from it.
Is general relativity the current science? Yes, general relativity is considered the current scientific understanding of gravity, serving as a foundation for modern cosmology and our understanding of the universe at large. It is best description we have of how gravity works based on current scientific knowledge. You dumb motherfucker.
Scientists have determined a way of measuring gravity on microscopic levels, perhaps bringing them close in forming a theory of quantum gravity and solving some major cosmic mysteries. Quantum physics offers scientists the best description of the universe on tiny scales, smaller than the atoms. Scientists are interested in quantum gravity because it helps solve some biggest mysteries of the universe. Ooh.
So does
Yeah.
that's not them saying relativity is wrong.
A new theory of quantum gravity, which attempts to unite quantum physics with Einstein's relativity, could help solve the puzzle of the universe exploration.
Right, that's not a replacement. That's just a theory trying to unite different theories. You stupid fuck. You don't even know how to read right.
Yes, but that's not saying relativity is wrong. It's saying unite with relativity.
You don't have
I think
any.
relativity is correct. It just doesn't-
You have no fucking comprehensive skills at all, man. You read something and you think it says the exact opposite.
Relativity. Remember, I just asked you what is dark matter.
No,
Why
it's
does
just
dark
saying
matter?
that. No, it's saying relativity is not explaining everything. It's not saying relativity is wrong. It would say that otherwise. It would say it's a
No.
discredited theory if it was wrong. It's not.
So why is there black matter, dark matter again?
Because
there's a lot of stuff that's not explained by general relativity and our current understanding of gravity. So they have to theorize or hypothesize what is causing it.
there's unaccounted for gravity. That doesn't mean relativity is wrong. It just means it doesn't explain absolutely everything. Just because a theory doesn't explain absolutely everything doesn't mean it's wrong.
No, the reason
No,
they
yes,
have dark
yes.
matter. No, the reason they have dark
Yes.
matter is because general relativity has been shown to be false.
What is the purpose of dark matter? Dark matter, as currently understood, serves no purpose in the traditional sense, but its primary function in the universe is to provide an extra gravitational pull necessary for galaxies to form and maintain their structure, essentially acting as the invisible scaffolding that holds the galaxies together due to its significant mass. Despite being undetectable by current means, without dark matter, galaxies will not be able to form as we observe them today.
Wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't say that GR is wrong.
Yes. What is
Nope.
dark matter?
It is. It's not actually a thing. It's just it's matter that we supposedly cannot see that is causing gravity that is unaccounted for.
So it's an
That's what-
unobservable, very dense mass.
We don't know if it's matter.
No, we don't know. We don't know. It's just a thing.
It's just something that's causing gravity. We don't know what's
Oh,
causing it.
so then mass doesn't cause gravity anymore.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm
Oh,
saying
no,
that
that's
there's
exactly-
something
Jesus Christ. Holy fuck, dude, you're stupid.
causing
Let
gravity.
me ask you something.
that
In
we don't know what's
science,
causing gravity.
if you
So
find
No, I will never be bored of destroying a lying sack of shit like this. Ever.
something that contradicts what your theory says, does it then show it to be false?
No, it doesn't. But that's not what dark matter does. It doesn't prove GR wrong. It just adds to it. You don't know how science works, do you?
It's not contradicting what the theory is saying.
Oh, yes, it is. What does general
What is it?
relativity say about the cause of gravitational waves?
Mass and distance.
Ah.
Imagine.
And what is the cause of dark matter?
We don't know. That's why it's called dark matter. Just because it doesn't
Because,
have
wait,
explanation for it doesn't mean
wait.
it's not
What
real.
is happening with dark matter?
Yes, we don't know.
There is no mass, but yet there's gravitational pull.
We don't know.
Yeah,
That's why we call it dark matter.
This is why it's called invalidation of a pseudoscientific pursuit.
No, it does not.
No, it's not, you dumb fuck. Oh my God, he does not know how science works. Holy shit.
Not invalidate relativity. It just doesn't
It
explain.
does invalidate it. That's why you guys always do
No.
God of the gaps argument.
No, God of the
Yes.
gaps. What?
Your whole
God are the gaps. Excuse me, Christian, what the fuck? You're gonna claim God of the gaps when you're a fucking Christian? And that's your only reason for believing that the earth is flat is because God did it? Excuse me?
I'm not
globe-
attributing
the
it
whole-
to anything.
A Christian declaring God of the gaps is hilarious.
I'm not attributing it to anything.
Your whole globe is based on God of the gaps arguments. If you
No,
find
it's
something
not.
wrong,
It's
instead
based
of
on
just saying
observations and
let's
calculations that we've done.
no,
Yes, it
instead
is.
of
Yes, it is. You just say no, but you don't prove
instead
why not.
instead of going back
just
to the
lying.
drawing, instead of going back to the drawing board,
You're the one who keeps going, no,
Wow.
deny.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. I know, right?
No,
Everybody's
you.
doing it. That's what everybody's doing.
Gibbons,
That's what
that's
everybody's
you.
doing.
You.
Everybody's just lying. Everybody's misrepresenting scientists. Everybody's
You.
misrepresenting scientists. Nope.
And then you'll just go, yes, no, you're wrong, yes, you're not, you're not providing nothing.
Yeah, I'm. No, that's what he's doing.
You're talking about Flatzoid, PJ. You're talking about Flatzoid. Flatzoid has said nuh-uh to every bit of evidence presented to him. And always does.
I can agree with you more. That's what everybody's doing. That's what
you.
everybody's doing. No, that's what
Are you
everybody's
just
doing.
here to troll, Gibbon? Are you here to troll or
Am
something?
I here to troll? I don't know. Are you? You're telling a lot of lies here tonight.
Of course he is. He's doing
What
it.
lie? You haven't shown me one lie,
That
dude. You
scientists
just,
are moving on from relativity. That relativity
I
is
just
discredited. It's
told
not.
you that you're moving on to
Just
quantum
because we don't know
gravity.
everything does not mean that relativity is not true, and that scientists will move on
Okay.
from it.
We know
I'm gonna
what
make
it
this
is.
very
Yeah,
simple for you.
before trolling.
Yeah,
I'm gonna make it very
I've got
simple.
nothing but simpletons here tonight. Yeah, nothing
I'm
but
gonna make this
simple.
very
here
simple
tonight.
for you, Gibbon. Gibbon, I'm gonna make this very simple for you, okay?
Yeah, he called you a simpleton, PJ. You're a fucking simpleton.
Newtonian gravity was superseded by Einsteinian gravity because it found a hole with it. It found a problem.
No, it didn't supersede it. It didn't. I just proved that. Einstein said it didn't.
So Einstein
Yeah.
needed to get it to work, hence general relativity, which also didn't go through science. Now,
Yes, it did.
general relativity also has issues, hence dark matter. That's why quantum
Doesn't have
gravity
issues,
is
it
stepping
doesn't
in
cover it.
to try and figure out those issues. That is
See, every word you just said is a lie. Every word you just said is a lie. You want people to point out your lies? Every word you just said in this recent statement is a lie.
called the God of the gaps argument. With science,
We're not
if
attributing dark
something
matter
is,
to anything.
with science, if something is found to go against the theory, it disproves the theory, and you have to go back to the
It doesn't
drawing
go
board.
against relativity, though. It's just something that relativity doesn't cover. What are you not getting
Does
about? It's
dark
so easy to
matter?
understand.
Sorry. What does general relativity say about the cause for gravity?
The mass.
And what is the cause for gravity when dark matter is around?
We don't know. It doesn't cover that. That doesn't mean it's wrong.
So let me put it this way. So gravity is caused by mass. Oh, look, I see gravity without mass. Uh-oh.
That doesn't mean relativity's wrong.
Yes, it
It
does.
doesn't. It just doesn't cover it.
Oh, my word.
Okay, are Newton's equations wrong because he didn't create any equations
Go
for
for
dark
it,
matter?
it's fine.
This is dishonesty on it. This is
Dishonesty,
this is
really.
this is
That's a
exactly the
guideline about
same.
what scientists said
This
about
is the same thing, dude. Just because you want to deny everything presented to you and
That's
just
what you're
project your ignorance onto me,
Scientists.
Yes, that's exactly what you've done. Denied everything presented to you. You do that every single time, Flatzoid, with everything. Because you're smarter than everyone.
Start moving on from
everybody,
relativity. That's you in denial.
113,
You're in
113
denial. All
people,
scientists are moving on from relativity.
What's
113,
attitude? Oh no, I don't do this, but you do this. What, you should tell
yeah,
me.
113 people watching you right now, all
Right.
thinking, what is this guy? What's wrong with this guy?
Why are you unmuted, PJ?
Because you have a flat Earth audience. Because your audience is stupid.
So
Your
what?
audience
If
is
we
uneducated.
flat earth,
Because in the
Because your audience is uneducated. Your audience are high school dropouts.
Why are you unmuted, PJ? This is a one-on-one debate, right? Why are you even on the panel?
Oh my goodness.
Watch what?
dude,
You
I
rely
finished.
on the
Wait,
YouTube
wait,
channels for
wait,
13
Gibbon,
subscribers for news.
wait, Gibbon. I finished school with 3 distinctions, man. Tell me again, I'm a high school dropout. Go ahead.
You finished school with what?
3 distinctions.
You finished. You learned Photoshop, which you don't use. Don't know how to use.
It
Telling
doesn't
me I'm
mean
a
that you
dropout.
can't lie. Doesn't mean that you're not a liar.
Where am I lying? You keep saying I'm lying.
Lied about what scientists are saying about
I
relativity.
didn't lie.
They're not moving on from relativity.
Everything I've said, I brought it up and I showed you.
The scientists are not
No, you didn't.
moving on from relativity. They're just saying it doesn't explain dark matter. They're still
That's
using
why
relativity.
they have to move to quantum gravity to try and explain the issues. It's called God of the
They're
gaps
saying
argument.
they're unifying quantum gravity and relativity, not discrediting relativity.
Because
and
general
having it
relativity
replaced.
can't explain it because it goes
Doesn't mean it's
against what
wrong.
it claims.
It
It
doesn't
does
go
mean
against
it's
what
wrong.
it claims.
Science if you're doing science, this is why you don't understand. This is the difference between science and pseudoscience. Okay?
Pseudoscience is any branch of science that proves me wrong.
Science is objective. It doesn't give a shit what you care or think about.
Exactly. That's why.
Exactly. Exactly, Flatzoid. So shut the fuck up. Science doesn't care about you.
They're wrong.
Science is
That's why everyone wants
subjective.
your beliefs.
It has opinions, and that's exactly
Right.
what
That's why you
gravity
believe
is
that
based
it's
upon. The
part of
opinions
flat earth.
and beliefs of someone, and why he talks over me while I'm making a statement.
No, it's not based on opinions.
You've done the same thing to me plenty of times.
No, you've been talking over me
No.
the whole
No,
time.
all night you've
You've
been
been
doing
talking
it.
over me a lot.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm letting an
no,
engineer in.
no.
Yeah, this is another high school dropout engineer. Welcome, Jeff.
Engineer.
I
That
have
doesn't mean
my
he's an
electronics
astrophysicist.
engineering degree.
Oh,
So-
What
oh,
does that
oh, Jeff. Oh, he's an engineer.
do with
So how
astrophysics.
you just said that we're all high school dropouts.
Okay,
I
but
got my
I was just
engineering
an
degree.
insult.
So what does that make me?
It makes you not a physicist. It doesn't make you a physicist.
Oh my goodness.
You're not a physicist either,
Just
Gibbon.
because I don't have a PhD
I'm not,
in my name?
but I'm not attacking physics. I'm defending it. I don't need to be a physicist.
You're
I'm
not
not
defending
attacking it.
physics. Actually,
You can't defend it. You don't even know physics.
I'm not an expert on it, but none of us here are either. So what is your point?
You don't know physics from the bottom of your
Flatzoid's an expert. He's an expert in everything.
bum, dude.
Neither do you, because you're saying the Earth is flat. And
Okay,
physics says it's a sphere.
let's talk about other physics. Conservation of momentum. Go ahead. What do you know about conservation of momentum?
Me?
Yeah, you. Who else?
Okay. Okay. So if you're standing on the back of a truck that's moving and you jump up, you don't fall out the back. You move with the truck. You conserve your momentum.
Is it angular or linear momentum?
On small scales, linear. I don't see why it matters.
Great. Not on small scales. It's linear. So therefore, it's not angular because you're not on a rotating frame.
If
Okay.
you want to stay
Now
singular on the left,
let's do this now on that moving truck. Let's go 200 miles an hour and jump off in the truck. What's going to happen?
basically the same thing if we're going to ignore wind resistance.
No, you'll fall off. You know why? It's called wind
because of wind.
resistance.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because wind is pushing you. There's a force. But if you have a shield shielding you from the wind, like if you're in an airplane,
So, is your Earth open or closed system?
Earth is considered a closed system.
I don't know what that means. I guess closed.
No, your Earth's not closed because you claim to have.
Yes, it is closed. And you've been educated on this too, Flatzoid. Now you're lying again. The Earth is considered a closed system because the percentage of matter that leaves it and enters it is very small. Not enough to fucking measure. So they consider it a closed system. It's actually an open system, but we consider it closed. The same way, if your house, if your door was shut, right, but it has a gap around the edge and a little dust gets in, is your door closed or is your door open, Flatzoid? Dust got in. You can breathe. Air's getting in. So is your door closed or open? My God, you're fucking stupid.
Oh, wait, no, wait, never mind. Open,
Space
probably.
satellites.
Yeah, open. Yeah. Closed means a dome, which doesn't exist. But yeah, open, sure.
Okay. Do you know anything about the Coriolis effect?
You don't. You think it takes 2 reference frames.
Is a result of rotating bodies. It has to do with the physics of rotating bodies. I'm not an expert on it.
Okay. Can you explain to us Coriolis, please, for your globe?
Like I said, I'm not an expert on it, but in
Right.
the northern hemisphere...
Can a dumb flat earther educate you again? Because remember, I'm the one that doesn't know
explain to
physics.
No, you can't educate him.
You require
lie
2
for a
reference.
living about the
You
shape
require
of the
2
earth,
reference.
physics and
Sorry,
stuff.
what do I do for a living?
You lie for a living.
2 reference frames. Told you.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
Patreon.
And to get rid of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Running away.
Life for a living.
His ego is massive.
You
don't even know what-
He's gone. He's gone. He plays. What do you do for a living? This is not your living. You work for a living. That's what you do.
Okay.
And this is not your.
Did they boot him?
I'm not an expert on it, but in
Right.
the northern hemisphere...
Can a dumb flat earther educate you again? Because remember, I'm the one that doesn't
Okay,
know
explain to me.
physics.
You
require 2
lie for a
reference.
living about the
You
shape
require
of the
2
earth,
reference.
physics and
Sorry,
stuff.
what do I do for a living?
You lie for a living.
Okay,
Yeah,
then.
Patreon.
And to get rid of it.
Oh, okay. All right. Running away.
Life for a living.
His ego is massive.
He ran away. Flatzoid ran away. Oh, Flatzoid ran away. He raised the white flag and kicked him off.
You
don't even know what-
He's gone. He's gone. He's plays. What do you do for a living? This is not your living. You work for a living. That's what you do.
Okay.
And this is not your living. What do you mean you lie for a living? How does that work out?
You lie. You lie for money, Flatzoid. You lie for money. And I guarantee you get more money in super chats and shit than you do earning a wage. I bet money you do. With all your merch that people buy. And your super chats and your memberships and your Patreon. What do you got here? I mean, you get way fucking more money than me, man. You get almost an infinite amount more money than I do every live stream. I get 0 normally. Sometimes I get some donations for a cup of coffee or something like that. And I think I got a $10 donation the other day. But on 90% of your live streams, of my live streams, you get an infinite amount more than I do. So yeah, you lie for a living, motherfucker.
First, I'm gonna say this. The whole night, the guy hasn't known any physics that he's talking about.
None.
That's why
That's a lie.
I keep asking him different questions because I wanted to test him. He clearly has no idea what's going on.
You keep asking him questions because you're running away from the questions he's asking you.
Then he projects his ignorance onto me, saying I don't know what's going on after I explain to him what's going on.
No, you don't know what's going on because your explanations are fucking stupid and easily debunkable.
And I show him on screen what's going on.
It's the same dude you had on like months ago.
No, this given to the other guy.
No, yeah, it's the same guy you had on the same day as Christian that day. Remember?
You think it's him?
Yeah, it's the same guy. He just I can tell by the voice. It's the same guy. It's the same attitude. He's the same one that said to me about laughing. You know, like, oh, that laugh is because they. It's him. It's definitely the same guy. I can't remember his name, but it's the same dude. He was in the same day as that Christian. Yeah. They're very.
Wow. So the cowardly little shit-stained Flatzoid can't deal with it and fucking rage quit. Flatzoid rage quitted the fucking debate.
Similar people in Christian.
But I think it's very telling. This is the same issue I had with Will Duffy, the same issue I have with... It doesn't matter who anti-flat earthers you debate. It's always the same. Nuh-uh, you don't understand. You're stupid because you're a flat earther.
Yes, you're stupid because you're a flat earther. If you weren't stupid, you wouldn't be a flat earther. You'd be intelligent. You wouldn't be believing stupid shit.
Yeah.
That's all they got.
Of course.
If you were intelligent, you could back up your claims. but you're not. So all you do is you rely on fucked up logic about being able to breathe.
No, that, and
Character
that's,
assassinations the whole time, no other thing.
yeah, listen, I got kicked out. I'm not a dropout. I got kicked out. I decided not to do exams because my sister wouldn't come to school to do exams with me. So I was fine by that. It doesn't mean to say I'm thick.
Gibbon,
So you're a dropout. So PJ admits he's a dropout.
you never exposed
I would
anybody as a
pass
fraud.
hours, you know?
Gibbon, you have no respect. All you did was be a coward and overtalk me constantly and tell me I'm lying.
A coward? You rage quit, motherfucker. You're the coward. You prove that you're a coward.
And you can't point out when I'm lying. And you showed you have no. How can I put this?
If he would have fucking left, what would you be saying right now? You'd be laughing at him, saying he's a coward, ran away, right? Rage quit. You'd be saying the same thing, right?
Decency to have a conversation, a proper one. Because all you do is be dishonest. And no, I don't lie for a living. I actually have a job.
And you're the liar. You're coming in under a different name when you've been here when you've been here before. You're the liar, bro. You're the liar.
Anyway,
you exposed that you were silly. That you're a silly dude.
Because all we got the whole night was denying things when it's presented to him. That's it. Nothing else.
Yes, it is. Or no, you didn't. Or yes, it did. You know, it was either denying or affirming. Make up your mind, bro.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony Whitcomb, for your £5 super chat. Says, I have the idiot for the win. You can come last and still get a winner's medal. Thank you very much for the super chat. You rock.
Yeah, Vicky finished school. She got all our qualifications
There you go. I edited the title of the live stream.
and stuff. She's all right that way. I mean,
I'm going to just put it this way. Type 1 in chat, okay? If you're a high school dropout, and type 2 in chat if you actually finished school. It's going to be very little that says 1. Yeah, you got kicked.
I'll put down dropout since I was kicked out. Everybody's got a different story. Everybody's got a different story, you know?
Look, my mate just goes out of school and homeschools him, and he does a million times better at homeschooling. So it's not all about going to school.
Exactly.
But I want to know, do you know how much smart, successful...
See, Nathan Queering is a 1. Awesome Town Matt put 3 in, so he's obviously a high school dropout.
people have...
See, we got split. Half and half. Pretty much.
But my next follow-up question, does that make you dumb?
Yeah, being a high school dropout and believing in a flat earth makes you extremely fucking dumb.
College.
There you go. I'd say it's a split down the middle. See, different people, different strokes, different folks. Doesn't mean to say we're any better, any superior or inferior to one another. It's ridiculous to say that, isn't it?
But when you said to him about a plumb line, and he went, I don't know, I'm not a plumber, like, and you're calling us dumb.
I've never seen a plumb line being used in plumbing. Maybe wallpaper and decorating, not plumbing. I mean, you might, but no.
Okay. Why do you think they call it plumbing? Why do you think they call plumbing? Could it be because that pipes were made of lead, and that's what lead is? Plumbus. It's the Latin for lead. Plumbus. And plumb bobs were made out of lead, suspended on a cord.
Okay, let's see. Thomas Edison was a dropout.
So it has more to do about plumbing than you think it would.
Albert Einstein was praised for accuracy.
Yes, all digital pictures are binary. Yes, this whole thing is binary. So flatzoid's fake.
Came up with creative solutions. He wasn't known for having but he did. Einstein dropped out of high school. He did. He found it unchallenging and teachers. He decided to drop out at the age of 15. So Einstein's dumb according to this guy. Okay.
No, Einstein didn't believe the Earth is flat. See, that's the distinction.
Yeah. Steve Jobs.
Einstein. See, the reason a flat earther drops out of high school is because they think they know more than the teachers. Einstein wasn't challenged, so he went on to something more. He went on to be a great, great man.
Also,
I'm a high school dropout, but I can still kick your ass.
And Einstein is the rare exception.
That's the one, definitely.
I can beat up your dad.
Charles Dickens?
Yes. Flat earthers drop out of high school because they think they're smarter. Einstein dropped out because he knew he was smarter.
Mark Twain?
Brilliant writers. Wow, isn't that mental? And he's appealing to authority, appealing to consent.
Even John Travolta.
It's amazing, wasn't it? You know, like, so all these scientists are wrong. These thousands and thousands are wrong, are they? It's
all the smart people drop out, dude.
Walt Disney as well.
The weird. 116 watching flats. That's a good turnout. Good
Richard Branson left school when he was 16.
Yeah. And Walt Disney was a fucking racist.
Wow.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates left school.
Musk is a university dropout. That's what Suggs is dropout.
The point is, there's so much successful, smart people that dropped out of school. That's the point.
Of course.
School has its positives, but it also has its negatives.
Really? It's not what you guys say. You say school is indoctrination. So anyway, I think we're done with these dumb motherfuckers. So Flatzoid proved that he's a fucking coward. That can't take the heat. And rage quit. In a debate that he begged for. So proved again what a lying shit stain he is. How little he understands physics. How little he understands anything. How dishonest he is. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later. As always, be seeing you.